Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to say hi, and do we want to do a bit of a review from yesterday? How did you find yesterday, Alyssa, after you left us, and how was yesterday for you? What did you like about yesterday?
It was really good. We covered a lot of topics, um, and what I liked. Let me just see where that is.
Us. She's with us.
All the ladies, lovely ladies.
But what was the biggest thing you got out of yesterday, Dal?
I'm just reviewing my notes here because um, I just liked the whole concept of raising our energy field, increasing our energy field, and raising our vibration and just trying to see. Anyway, it doesn't matter, I guess. It really kind of sunk into me the importance of being positive, saying, I've, been told to say affirmations 9,000 times, but I feel like yesterday it finally like sunk in a little.
Yep.
And I said some this morning, and then I had so much thoughts afterwards, and when I woke up in the night thinking, I was like, I just kind of hit me like to be positive and to not let the negative thoughts overtake me. Yeah, that's
Yeah. And I think that's the important thing to remember. We get told all the time to do affirmations, but we're never told why. So if we're not told why, we don't understand why. Like, it's just saying words at myself.
But some people are told why, and it doesn't hit them until they're
Yeah, that's true.
until they're ready.
Yeah.
Right. Some people are told years, and all of a sudden they're ready.
Yeah.
Their subconscious is ready, and they go, "Shit,
Yeah.
I should have been doing this."
Yeah, ages ago.
Yeah.
And it's about understanding that words are power, and they raise your vibration and put you in that good space for the day. So that's what it's about, more than just saying the positive things about yourself or positive things towards yourself. It's about putting that energy out there and going, yeah, I'm in a good mood today. Today's a great day. This is going to be, because, a lot of people say you choose how you start your day. You can get up in a grumpy mood and go, oh, today's shit and everything's going to be shit. And it'll be a shit day because that's
right.
what you're focused on. But when you're focused on the positive, you see more of the positive.
And people want to be around you.
That's it. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Miss Linda, what were your biggest takeaways from yesterday after having a think about it last night?
Being in the state of mind, being conscious, acknowledge those negatives and go towards the positive. Keep repeating even throughout the day your affirmations and that. So I thought it was very good, and that keeping your vision, looking at your vision and what you want to achieve, and then acting on that.
Yep.
You hear how clearly she speaks?
Yes.
Thank
Yep.
you.
And you, Miss Evie, how did you go? What were your biggest takeaways from yesterday? Muted, darling. Evie?
Yeah, pretty much the same as that, staying in a state of positivity, but acknowledge we're human, that at times you're not always going to be able to be, you got to feel into your emotion and work through it if it's there. You can't
absolutely.
You can't pretend it's not there. So you just got to be able
exactly.
to, work out the why, work out the why you're feeling the way you might be feeling, and then work through that, and then glimmer the light and do the positive affirmations, knowing that it is just often it's just our junk
Yeah.
that
Yep.
that you know keeps you stuck in something bad that's happened, or in a mindset of it's at me or victim, or that kind of thing. But yeah, to focus on what you bring to the table, the good stuff, and raise your energy by feeding your mind, body, soul healthy, fruitful, beautiful thoughts
Yeah. Cool.
with the affirmations.
What was your biggest takeaway from yesterday, Miss Anna?
My biggest takeaway was watching the aha moments. Okay? The aha moments of when somebody suddenly realizes it's, oh, now that makes sense. And for me, the other thing was that I'm still learning. I'm still listening, and I'm still learning from all of you, right? That your energies are at different vibration levels, right? Just remember you're in a safe place. So if your heart starts racing because there's something you want to say but you're too scared to say, breathe, okay? And then say it, and know that you're safe in saying what you feel. Okay? Did everyone hear that? Cool. All right. Cool. Hello, Miss Helen.
Hello, Miss Helen. Hey, Miss Katrina. Hey, Dal. What we're doing at the moment is just reviewing yesterday and just checking in and seeing what your biggest takeaways were from yesterday. So, Katrina, are you ready to join us? I know, actually, you weren't here yesterday. You only did the meditation. So, that's okay. Helen, darling, how are you feeling this morning?
Well, I'm still a little bit croaky.
Yep.
Yeah, I got off yesterday. I slept till about 7, and then I was up for an hour, and then I've just been sleeping up and down all night.
Yep.
So still pretty sick.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, honey, just take your time.
Just relax and enjoy the day.
Yeah,
And if
I
you
will.
need to, if you need to go and lie down and sleep and rest, that's what you do, okay?
No worries.
Just let us know.
Okay.
Adele, how are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm still waking up.
That's okay. That's okay. It's a little bit earlier there for you than it is here for us.
Yeah, my sleep
Um,
pattern's a little bit off, a bit like Helen's. So I did go to bed early last night, knowing I had to get up early today, and then I woke up at 4 a.m. and then snoozed on and off since then, and then it's like, oh goodness, it's 6:15. Let's get up. It's
Yep.
running like.
That's okay. Are you okay to sort of review yesterday and let us know what was your biggest takeaway yesterday?
Look, I think just, I think I've had that belief about finance for so long that I don't deserve it, and then it's elusive, and then I can't reach it. So I think there's been a part of me that hasn't really applied myself properly in trying. So probably the biggest takeaway for me is to just focus my energies and let the energy flow.
Yep.
I am worthy.
Yeah. Beautiful. Very nice, darling. Cool.
And what's yours biggest takeaway, Tamara?
My biggest takeaway from yesterday was something actually very similar to Adele's about that financial belief, about the belief that, it's never attainable, that it's never reachable. But if I work towards it and if I focus my positive energies on it, I'm going to be okay. I'll get there. And I will achieve what it is I want to achieve.
Money.
Yeah, money. Money is just another energy exchange. We've And that was the thing I realized yesterday. I've got to stop looking at money as this elusive rainbow that I'm chasing, but it's a fair energy exchange for the work that I do. It's a fair energy exchange for what I put out in the world. And it's okay for me to, ask for an energy exchange back. Because I'm quite happy to give of myself and not expect anything because that's who I am. However, in the world we live in, it's okay to ask for a fair energy exchange back. And that's just understanding that I'm worthy of receiving positive energy as well. So that was my biggest takeaway from yesterday.
Okay. So beautiful. Can you guys hear me? No one can hear me. Okay, because I don't have my mic and Mara's having it. But I'm so happy you guys got such a biggest takeaway, as you say. Money is energy exchange. I'll set myself on fire. Who's ready for today? Who's ready for our biggest breakthrough? And we are going to have some fun before we start some very serious work. I would like to invite Miss Anna O'Brien to do a catwalk for us this morning. Let's put our hands together.
Okay. Freedom with no knickers and a bra.
With that, we need to see
Freedom.
the whole dress.
There we go.
For those
I know
who need
that
to
dress.
buy, anyone recognize this beautiful
Oh,
dress?
yeah. I
Even
can't
Catherine
believe you
said, I'm not
gave it
really
up.
Barbie girl, but this is actually was my dress and now belongs to Anna O'Brien,
Who took it?
and I bless her.
That's right.
Thank you. Let's put our hand for Anna.
Yay!
And now, but not least, is Miss Tamara
Watch
to
out for the
come
headset,
up.
honey.
Yep. No, she's
I've got it.
right. Are you ready? So, what's the most sexier way of this garment that you just put
Careful
on?
what you ask for.
Go, go.
In. No bra.
No bra.
Ooh,
Freedom.
that one's beautiful.
Lovely.
Dress them
See?
again this morning.
And again, from Catherine to wear today. To wear today, darling.
I give her one, and I'm going to receive two girls. Hint, hint.
Oh, is that right? Is that right?
They know where to get me these dresses, okay?
She's got Demonte. She's got the diamonds on it.
I've got the sparklies. I'm always a sparkly.
Yeah.
I'm the
Thank
sparkly unicorn.
Yeah. Sorry, Katrina, you're going to say something. Katrina?
No.
No.
Well, I'm drinking my favorite Bali beverage.
Coconut water.
Good for you.
Yay!
Coconut water. Well done.
Someone
No,
else
just
is
having a
enjoying
laugh
coconut
going,
water
yes,
with
I
me.
remember when. I know, I love coconut water. I was just having a laugh going. I remembered when Anna put that dress on, and I said, "Oh, Catherine, that actually looks really good on Anna. Not that it doesn't look good on you. So maybe it's meant to go to Anna." And Catherine went, "Yeah, I think you're right."
That's it.
Look at the light.
Oh, look at the light. Beautiful.
It's going to be
She needed it a lot.
She did.
All right. Okay, are we ready?
Oh, we are
I'd
ready.
like to Tamara to be a bit more on the serious note to get the day started.
Okay.
Go, darling.
Thank you. So, yes, we're going to get started. And we'll start again with a meditation this morning, just to relax into it, to ease into it, and enjoy the morning. So, if we'd like to find a comfortable space and sit back and relax. And as we take a deep breath in, and we breathe out, and we breathe in, and we hold it there for a second. And as we breathe out, I want you to release all the thoughts from your mind, all the negative thoughts, all the thoughts that might be impacting. And as we breathe in, And this time we will release it again and say, I'm letting go. I'm starting the day clear. We breathe in. And we let go of all those thoughts that are not needed today. And we breathe in. And we breathe that unconditional love into our heart space. And each time we breathe out, we let go of the thoughts and negative thoughts that are not needed with us today. We breathe in. We send a strand of unconditional love down into the heart of Mother Earth. We breathe up a strand of unconditional love back into our heart space. And we breathe out and send that unconditional love up into the heart of the divine. And we breathe in and bring that unconditional love back down into our heart, connecting the three hearts as one. And allow the positive energy to flow around the infinity that connect the three hearts together. We breathe in and out, continuing to connect those three hearts together. Releasing those negative thoughts, releasing the thoughts that are not needed, releasing the pain that we need to release as we feel that unconditional love flowing between the divine heart, our heart, and the heart of Mother Earth. And as we breathe in, I want you to expand that unconditional love out around your body, encasing you in beautiful, soft, loving energy of unconditional love, of nurturing love. And healing love. And as we breathe in, we're going to bring up the beautiful emerald green energies of Mother Earth up through our feet to help us stay grounded today, to help us stay focused on the work we're doing. And as we breathe that green light up through our bodies, we feel the healing energies of Mother Earth. The healing energies from the crystals within her. And we breathe up that emerald green energy into our lungs. And down into our fingertips. As we breathe in, we breathe it up into our throats and our heads, filling our skulls with that beautiful emerald green energy, connecting in with our pineal gland. And as we explode the energy out through our crowns, it becomes a golden white, sparkling, twinkling light down around the outside of our bodies. And again, it helps release those negative energies, those negative thoughts, and all thoughts that aren't going to be helpful today. And we breathe in the green and out the gold, releasing those negative thoughts and patterns. We breathe in the green and out the gold. And today, again, we're going to bring down beautiful turquoise light of transformation, transforming those negative thought patterns, transforming those negative energies, transforming those thoughts that no longer serve us into ones that will help us move forward, will help us gain control of our thoughts, our energies, and our goals. moving us towards the direction we want to move in. And we're also going to bring down the red and gold healing light of forgiveness, to forgive ourselves of being stuck, to forgive ourselves for continuing the patterns that we've continued, because they've served us previously, they've worked for us previously. So we are forgiving ourselves for being there. We're forgiving ourselves and allowing ourselves to now move forward in the direction that's going to serve us better. It's going to move us forward into the positive frame of mind and to create the life we envision for ourselves. As we hold that vision of our future self and that vision of our dreams in our minds as we work towards those goals. And last of all, we're going to bring down universal protection to protect us today, to keep us safe, and to help us with our journey and our work. So we're going to bring down the 5-pointed star, the 6-pointed star, and the 8-pointed star from the divine heart down around our bubbles of forgiveness, transformation, and unconditional love, down past our crown, down past our pineal, down past our throats, our shoulders and our heart space, down past our sacral and our solar plexus, and our sacral and our root chakra, down past our hips and our knees and our feet, down past our earth heart chakra, and down into the heart of Sacred Mother, keeping us safe, nurtured, and secure. As we breathe in the love. We breathe in the beautiful day that today is. The sunshine, the air that we breathe. We enjoy the water and the liquids that we drink. And we are grateful that we have the taste to enjoy those beverages. We have the taste to enjoy the food that we eat. And that we are able to join together today to support one another, to care for one another, and to work together to heal the sisters. And we give thanks. And I'll hand over to Catherine for our singing bowls. Sound bowls. So just continue to just breathe in and out. And relax into it. If we can hear the sound bowl, ladies, you just want to give me a little thumbs up? Okay. Thanks, ladies. They're good to go. Okay, ladies. As we come back into the room, back into our bodies. We're relaxed and ready to start the day. Okay. How does everyone feel after that this morning? How was that for you, Alyssa?
Nice. I had a lot of thoughts, but I tried to just enjoy the sounds.
Mhm. Yep. Yep. And you, Linda?
It was lovely. I actually went to my little wharf and my brook, and I actually met up with my inner child, and we went for a
Good.
walk along the brook and into the little water and saw the wonderful sparkles of light and crystals, and then went for a walk along the brook and up and down over little hills and behind a waterfall, and continued
Yep.
around and just sat underneath the wonderful tree that was with its outstretched branches, and that was good.
Lovely. Lovely way to start the day.
Thank you.
Lovely way. And you, Miss Katrina, how did you enjoy that this morning?
It was enjoyable. I saw a lot of things with it all. Did anyone else hear water?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
I was in water.
Mhm.
What was that?
Don't know.
No, just part of it.
It was the
Oh,
veil.
I have to go let a cat in. I'll be back.
Okay. How did you enjoy that, Evie?
Very relaxing.
Mhm.
Lovely. I was just in the moment listening to it, getting lost in the sound.
Mhm.
It's beautiful.
Good. Perfect. And Adele said she felt very relaxed. And Helen's disappeared for a minute, so that's okay. So are we ready to start the day, ladies, and move forward and begin the transformation and expansion into our new selves? We're ready to get started?
Katrina, could you please pop, Tamara, could you please pop this number 2 booklet in the chat?
Yep. Yep,
Thank you.
can do that.
Thanks.
We'll do that shortly.
Okay.
The chat. Yep. Hey, Helen. How are you feeling? No, she's okay. She'll come back. Okay. Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm just coughing, and when I'm coughing, I'm spitting up stuff. So it's not a pretty sight. So I'm keeping.
No, that's okay, darling. That's okay. You can just listen in today. Okay? So don't stress too much. Just enjoy it and listen in. Okay. Yep. Yep. So, okay. So what I want to work on today, and what I want to start with today is working on our feminine energy. I'm working on releasing some feminine energy and connecting in with our feminine energy, because I think we quite often get lost. We live in such a masculine world, we lose that connection with our feminine aspect of ourselves. So I'm feeling at the moment that we need to release that and we need to let go of that. So I'd like you all to just sit and think and feel about, feel down into our root chakra and our sacral chakra, which is where we feel that feminine energy, and connect in with that. And I want you to just think about it and think about how often we we might sort of suppress our feminine aspect of ourselves. Think about what it feels for you, what feminine energy means to you. What does feminine energy, how does that look for you? How does that feel for you? How does that usually impact who you are as a woman? And as women, we go through many different stages with our feminine, and we go through many different changes. And all these changes impact who we are, and they impact how we relate to the world, how we interact with the world, and how we interact with ourselves. So I think it's important that we understand how that feels for each of us, and how we work through that, and how we heal that. Because we have to heal our feminine energy and heal who we are as women before we can move forward and embrace our true selves and who we are. Because if we're not connected in with our feminine, we can't fully embrace who we are. And as I said, we live in a very masculine world and a very masculine dominated state. So we are quite often told to suppress that.
And if Tamara's ready to hand over, I'll add a few
Yep.
little things
Yep.
in with that. The biggest thing with women as well is we've been taught that our menstrual cycle, our period, is something to be embarrassed about and not discussed. There's so much power in that, because as we naturally go through our cycle, our estrogen levels change, our testosterone, our progesterone levels change, and we go into different phases of actual strength and clarity with our cycle. So it's recognizing that and recognizing our peaks, and also knowing when we're feeling more vulnerable and to withdraw into ourselves and be kinder to ourselves, which is actually the first 2 days of our menstrual cycle. Leading up to that, we have our massive peaks where we're energized and we can do. And then we come into the gentle nurture flow of the actual bleed itself, where we're sloughing off and cleansing and clearing, ready to move back into the nurture phase. So when you start to understand what's happening in your body, and it's different for every woman. Yes, we can all talk about the biochemistry, that is similar, but how you feel throughout your cycle is different. And actually learning to embrace that when you have those high peaks of the hormones, to use that to actually move forward, but to know when it's to be more gentle and pull back a little there and be kinder and more nurturing to yourself and give time back to yourself. It's really good to start to realize that. And then as we shift through into perimenopause, which is the starting to decline of a lot of our hormones, recognizing how that shifts our body, what that means. A lot of people call it the winter of your life. So you're moving into the winter where things are more dormant with the perimenopause. And then you move into the menopause as you move through that. And I call that spring, because you're stepping out of that, having the cycle every month and so on. Your hormones are still fluctuating, but you're able to actually embrace where you're at and use that to move forward into your life.
Beautiful. Thank you,
That's-
Katrina.
It's part of recognizing the sacred feminine and not being embarrassed about your cycle and discussing that and having those conversations, and teaching, if you have girls, that this is normal and natural and it's part of life, and how to embrace that and utilize that cycle.
And it's interesting when you say that, because if a woman's in a workspace and she has a bit of a meltdown, the immediate reaction from everyone is, oh, are you on your period? And, that's how we're shamed into, shamed into believing that, it's not a good thing, or there's something wrong with it, when that's completely the opposite. That's where we get our power from. That's where, where we create. That's our creative power. That's our strength. And that's where that we need to embrace that power. We need to embrace that creativity, because without that cleaning out, without that, re-energizing, without that releasing, we wouldn't be able to be, the creative spirits that we are.
And the other thing that we so often don't realize, and I know these days, with birth control and the Mirena and so on, a lot of women aren't going through cycles, and that's okay because they choose that for their reasons. And sometimes it's because they've had such a horrible time with their menstrual cycles that they feel the only way they can function is to switch it off. That's okay. That's their choice with it and understanding where that's at. But no, you're still having your fluctuations with the hormones. That will never stop. Even when you're moving through menopause, you still, providing you still have your ovaries, you're still having your fluctuations with the hormones, just to a slightly lesser extent. But what a lot of people don't realize or understand is your menstrual cycle, when you're bleeding, is actually a massive detox time for your body too. It can flush out candidiasis, in particular if you've got thrush, yeast, rebalances your microbiome of the vagina, can detox chemicals as well. So it is really important to honor that, because I know it's taken me a long time to reach that point, because I used to go through terrible troubles with my period every month, 2 days, just excruciating pain, not functioning. And I actually had a really bad period not long ago, and I said to the ladies, oh my goodness, I haven't had a period like this in such a long time. In that time though, I realized my emotions were very heightened. So in a way, it was my body telling me, you need to slow down and listen and honor yourself. So
Hmm.
be aware of that and just start to connect in with that.
Yeah. And it's about honouring who we are, honouring that feminine.
And there's so much power in the femininity with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you. So what we're thinking is understanding, and Katrina, is there an exercise that we can do that helps us all embrace our 28-day cycle? How we can, is there something that we can, an exercise, something that we can do to connect in with that, work with that? Is there?
There's quite a few things that we as women don't even understand what happens to our body with our cycle and what a normal period is and what a normal cycle is. For instance, if you're wanting to conceive, leading into your peak ovulation time, your vaginal discharge actually changes. So it goes from your standard where like you stretch and it breaks, to you actually pull and it's very strong and very mucousy, because that's actually your body laying down this beautiful protective coating and lining ready for implantation. So a few of my ladies who've had problems conceiving, it's just been about timing, and I haven't had to do much more other than explain to them that 3 days that you're the most fertile, check your vaginal discharge and do the little stretch test. They're the days that you really want to be intimate with your partner with it, because that's your peak fertility times. The other thing is monitoring your temperature every day. If you start throughout, doesn't matter what day you're on now, if you start first thing in the morning before you get up, have the thermometer by the bed, pop it under the arm and check the temperature, because leading into our fertility time, when we're actually getting ready to release our egg, our body temperature actually spikes anywhere from 1 to 4 degrees. We're all a bit different on that, but there's a spike in temperature. And again, that's you moving into your ovulation. So you can understand that my temperature is spiking up, I'm getting ready to ovulate. And then you'll notice it'll decrease back down. So that's some simple tools there to work in with where you're ovulating, where the peak fertile times are.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is we might just do a quick little relaxation exercise and a quick little meditation with it all, because I think we need to focus on that area at the moment. So if we take a deep breath in and just relax into your chair. And I'd like you to just focus on your reproductive area, on your uterus, on your vagina. Just relax into it. And just feel it. Just feel it at the moment. How's it feeling? Are you feeling relaxed? Is there some tension there that we need to release? And just understand how your body feels at this moment. And if we breathe in to our uterus, breathe into our reproductive organs, and we relax and let them go. Release the tension from them. And feel yourself sort of relax into the chair a bit more as you release the tension. And release the tension around your hips. And release any fears that are held in our reproductive space, within our feminine core, within the heart of our creative. We breathe in and we release all that fear and that pain. We breathe in and we release all the anger, the shame, the hurt, the abuse. We breathe in and once again release all that fear and hurt and pain and relax into our feminine. And as we breathe in, I want to bring in that unconditional love into our feminine. I want to breathe in some nurturing to care for our feminine aspects. And we breathe in and we heal our feminine. We heal our sexuality. We heal our vibrancy. We breathe in and we embrace our feminine energy, our feminine vibrancy, and our feminine sexuality. We breathe in and breathe out. We breathe in that love and nurturing. And breathe out the fear and the pain. And as we breathe in, we say thank you for the beautiful energy and the power that we hold within us. And we breathe in and we're grateful for our femininity, our sexual power, and our creative power. We breathe in and we say thank you for allowing us to embrace these aspects of ourselves, and we no longer feel any shame around our physical bodies, around our cycles, around our goddess energy. And when you're ready, open your eyes, come back into the room.
It was a surprise. I wasn't meant to have children. I was told I would never be able to conceive.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a surprise. Right.
Yep. But who had the fuck of the right to tell a woman you won't be able to conceive?
Man, darling, man. That's why I don't go to doctors.
And again, disclaimer is like it's not that we don't like medical field, but seriously. Okay.
And I'll just throw in there menopause.
Yes.
Mhm.
It happens.
I actually, when I was at
You can
Naturopath and
upload the
Herbalist,
light
yeah, when I was at the Naturopath and Herbalist Symposium, it was a very funny story of how menopause actually got to be named menopause. And it was back in the 60s. It was a group of male doctors sitting around going, something weird's going on with my wife. And they're all talking about it and they go, it's got to be menopause. It's like they're fed up with us.
Yeah.
True story.
Yep. They're putting the men
because
on
they finally
pause.
reached a point. Yes, they were literally at the point where they're going, get your own dinner. No, I'm not your slave, your servant.
Mm, yep.
And,
They
yeah,
put the men on pause because they'd had enough of their garbage, enough of their, yep, negative, yeah, shit. I know, I kept getting that word and I'm going, how do I, no. They'd had enough of the men's shit. So they put them on pause and men decided, men no pause. It's like, yeah. It should not be called that. It should be called, you know, the movement into the crone stage. You know, we're moving into our white wisdom, into our crone.
Yeah, but crone, the word crone is associated with witch, with bad, with, right?
But that's because men have made it that way.
That's right. So we need to change that space.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
And the crone used to be embraced as a wise woman. The crone was the one who'd had the experience, the one who could pass on her experience to the younger generations. The crone is the wise woman, and it needs to be embraced as that again. And it's got nothing to do with witchcraft. It is just about being wise, having that knowledge, being able to pass that knowledge down to our future generations. And that's all it's about. And it needs to be embraced. So that's why I might just sort of go, look off a little bit.
Yes. But as we share, thank you, Katrina, for the wisdom. Is how we've been put ashamed when we are having our period. Okay. From the other side of the spectrum, as you girls share, I actually felt that there's quite a lot of grief among us. We have quite a few ladies, different stages of life. Some of us trying to have babies. Some of us might not want to have babies. Some of us actually might have lost babies. And some of you might not have heard of this story, but I have actually gone through an IVF journey. And the world was like, oh, poor thing, you have to go through an IVF journey. What's wrong with you that you cannot conceive naturally? Nothing wrong with me. Nothing is broken. But my lesson is, God taught me a lesson. We are not in control of everything. And I realized even down to the T of doing IVF, you will know they can implant a possible life into you, but you are not the one who decide. You possibly might carry the baby to full term. And to be honest, I don't know how many times I have to go through procedure knowing that at the 7 weeks, the heartbeat of the baby stopped. And we realize we are not in the control of everything. The divine would decide. The grief is not just mine today. I thank God for the sacred time that you guys have shared with me, and I know what you guys have gone through in each of your life. The grief that we need to let go is, I believe each of us have lost a baby before. Or the hopes of being mothers, because we do carry this. That's why we're so motherly. And Alicia had the fun of having 5 mothers over in Bali. And that is just showing the nature of each of us. But I just have a sense of us to let go of the grief within ourselves and realize how powerful we all are. So when I mention grief, the loss of hope, what is maybe one thing or many things cross your mind or cross your heart? Thank you, Helen. And let's be open. Because when you want to be the new you,
we no longer could live in the past. Because this is going to be a very important day for all of us here. Please feel free to unmute and share, and we are here for one another. Katrina, is that something that you would like to share?
Oh, just letting you know, I've popped up on the chat 2 PDFs relating to the menstrual cycles. So there's some really good information and a tracker there. So if you click on that, that's a good thing to look at.
Yeah, so we'll do a masterclass on that, because over the 28 days, when we can learn when is the time to be kind to ourselves, and when it is time to work on our body to really get our strength, not just the physical, but at the same time working on our mental strength. Because you are the guru of that, because every week when we know how to map our cycle, that's the time. Because when I have my period, I don't go and trek on the mountains because my body can't take it. So I'll leave it to Katrina. We'll organize this. But it's more, I think today we need to address of the griefs that we all have carried through.
Yep.
All right, you go.
I was going to say, I have plenty of grief around that. Yes, I have carried 2 children. I know at one stage it was not confirmed that I was pregnant, but I know I lost a child, and I know it was a girl. And that sadness is there, and that pain is there. It's not something I've ever spoken about before, but I know that that grief is there. And I know that it hurts. It hurts, that loss, that pain. And maybe a little bit TMI, but today it's part of my cleansing cycle. And I am in pain. And I'm sitting here in pain, as I do, because the start of my menstrual cycle, the start of my cleansing is always painful. And I often end up with migraines. So I'm sitting here, but as always, powering through, as that's what we do. And that's the thing. We keep going. We keep doing. We keep moving. And that in itself is a strength that we do not recognize, that we do not understand, that we do not give ourselves credit for. Every month, a lot of us have to deal with that, and we have to power on, and we have to keep going. And I read something one day that they've done studies that quite often the pain a woman feels when she is having her menstrual cycle at the start and throughout it feels like it does for a man when he has a heart attack. The pain is intense, the cramping, the intensity of it. Now, no one ever expects a man to continue to work while he's having a heart attack. But a woman is expected every month to get up and push that pain aside and keep working. But men don't ever expect themselves to do that when they're in the tiniest little bit of pain. And that's where our power comes from. That's that goddess power that we embrace. We all have such strength to move through hurdles, to move through pain, to move through the hurt that we've all experienced. Embrace it, ladies. Embrace your strength. Embrace that vulnerability. Thank you. Thank you for letting me share.
We love you, Tamara.
Love you,
Thank you, Tamara. And near your belly button, because I know I've endured really bad, it's called dysmenorrhea as well. And that's why a lot of my interest, look at the light, is relating to female hormones because I've gone through the struggle. So I've learned what works, what doesn't. But it is slightly different for every person's body. But where your belly button is, Tamara, if you put 2 fingers down from your belly button, like that,
Yep.
and then just apply a little bit of pressure into the center there, that's actually an acupressure point, and it does
Okay.
help with the uterine spasms. So if you like to do that now, and as Anna said too, the pen away would really help with that too. And the other things are things like magnesium, and of course just your trusted heat pack
Yep.
with it, which I hope you've got all that around you.
Thank you. I'll take on to some more.
Yeah.
With it all. Sending love. And back to so I was focusing before when Catherine asked the question on getting the PDFs up. So I do one thing at a time till that's finished because do multiples. I'll have a conversation. I'm 50. Some ladies know this, some do not, but I'm 50 and I have never been blessed with children. I went through a stage in my 30s, 35. That's your biological clock kicking in at 35, ladies. I'll tell you, 35, you just get this overwhelming urge to procreate because it's like your body going, time's running out, tick tock, tick tock. And I went through at that stage in my life, I was not in a relationship. There was just so much going on, and I really struggled with that. And there was a lady at dancing who, at that age bracket, my nan just woke up, so I'm giving her a wave, decided herself that she didn't have a partner in her life. And I thought, how courageous. She actually went through the IVF on her own. And she has a beautiful, healthy son. And I embraced that. And I went, that is so much courage to do that. For me, that wasn't part of my journey that I felt comfortable doing. So now I've reached a point where it's taken a long time, but I've reconciled that motherhood wasn't part of my journey. And embracing that, but you still grieve. And I have to admit, I sit here sometimes and go, so with not having children, how's that going to impact me as I progress through life? Who's going to look after me if I need it when I'm older? So there's all these thought processes that come through, and that you're responsible for yourself. But that's also why I have a lot of fur babies. That's my mothering, nurturing instinct.
Mm-hmm.
So sharing that you go through the different cycles and different griefs, but you also then reach a point of acceptance and going, well, that wasn't part of the journey.
Yeah, I totally relate to that, Katrina, because my journey was pretty similar in that I'm 63. I've never had children. Do I know if I've had a miscarriage? Possibility younger. I don't know. I didn't have much support with medicos. But I was 28 doing nursing and decided that we wanted a baby with my then first husband. And we couldn't. But it was interesting with the masculine feminine dynamics, because it was always assumed it was me until I insisted that we do the testing and found out that he was infertile as a result of his type 1 diabetes. So I went down the journey of donor sperm. And so that was interesting in itself as well, because you went to counselling to make sure that they could cope with, somebody else's child, not for me, but for my partner. And it was always, he could do it till it got to the crunch, when it was just all too much for him. He didn't like the fact that it would have been somebody else's sperm. It made him feel less a man. And back then I wasn't equipped with the tools I have now, nor was I guided well with the people around me. So 6 months I had my last insemination. He told me he had an affair. I was devastated. But the going in and having the injections and going in and having the tests and every month the hope of the falling pregnant, that was the grief for me when I didn't fall pregnant. And then to have that opportunity felt like that was ripped from me, not to be able to have a child. It took me a lot of years to deal with that. And I did that by myself. But not that I'm saying that that's a good thing to do, because I think now, knowing what I know, is when you really need people around you that care and nurture and help. Yeah, so it was interesting. The grief, is it still there? It's buried very, very, very deep. It's something that you learn to accept. You learn to live with it. It's not an acceptance, because I did want children, but yeah, you learn to deal with it and live with it. And the same with you, with the feeling of, pending age and not having that support around you. I get that feeling too, because sometimes that can come up for me, but again, I look at what I have around me, the people that I have that care for me, and that I care for them, and that makes it all right. Yeah, you learn to live with it. Yeah.
Thank you, Katrina and Evie.
Thank you.
Alicia, were you smiling for?
Oh, just no, I don't want to share.
You don't have to share.
That's okay, darling.
No, you don't have to share it all.
Okay.
We hold space for you.
Thank you.
We are here for you, darling.
Oh, sweetheart.
But yeah, it's interesting how that pans out, because because of my
Alicia, are you okay? We'll spend a couple of minutes for you, okay? All right. It's okay to grieve.
Yeah.
It's very raw for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's very raw for you, okay?
And we're sending you love and healing. Okay.
And so is George.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We love you, honey. We love you.
Love you too.
Okay. And you know we'd wrap you in big hugs and loves and cuddles right now if we were there with you.
Thank you.
And we're sending them virtually.
Look, thanks for everybody's vulnerability, because it's not always an easy thing to talk about. And I know for myself, the decision to have children or not I was never sure if I would or I would not want to have kids. And very few people understand the choice to not have kids. They're all like, oh, but they all just assume that it's something that, you must have in your life. And I don't know if I was ever sure if I needed to do that. I have had kids, but I do always find it very interesting when, you meet somebody and they're like, oh, you're going to have more kids. It's like, how is that attributed to my worth as a person and what I'm going to achieve next in life? So I do, there are some interesting things that I find. And I generally find that the people who don't have children are a lot happier.
Less grey hair.
More money.
Yeah, so that they just generally have much better relationships with their partner and better relationships with a lot of other people around them, because potentially their worth as a person isn't shoved on a shelf behind being a mum. So there's a lot of trauma that they don't necessarily experience. But I can appreciate that there's a lot of emotion when you want to have children, and it's not an easy thing, and you think everybody gives you the impression that it's as easy as pie, and I think nobody really talks about the fact that for most of us it's not. So yeah, but thank you for sharing, ladies, because it is a safe space, and that's amazing. But yeah, it's appreciated. Thank you.
It's interesting, Adele, that you say that because
Adele.
you talked about the decision you went through and the thought process you went to have children. And I didn't have that chance. I just fell pregnant and I wasn't given that chance to make that choice for myself. I had people discuss with me whether I was going to abort the child because I wasn't married. And so I had that thrown at me because I wasn't married. Oh, are you going to abort it? Because if you stay with, the person you're with now, what if it's not his child? And, and all this sort of garbage that I had to deal with. Myself at that time, I believed it was who turned out to be my husband. I believed it was Gary's child. And I found out 12 months ago it wasn't. It was my other partner's child. So I've now had to go through that grief of the judgment people have thrown at me for that because I was engaged to my former partner. And people have judged. And that's not fair. Because I loved him. And I also loved my husband. And why should I be judged for the fact that I conceived a child? When I was with someone I loved, and then I had to make a choice between two people. I'm judged, and I'm shamed, and people, put that shame on me and make me feel like I did something dirty or wrong because I slept with more than one person. Not that I ever had an affair, not that I ever, once I had, once I slept with Gary, I didn't go back to my other partner. I made the choice to move on, but I'm still judged for that. Because I was Gary's child. And I'm being judged for that. As a result, my son isn't talking to me because I've lied to him his whole life when I didn't know. So I'm grieving that at the moment. And I'm also grieving the loss of my other son talking to me because I'm going through my separation. So currently neither of my children are talking to me, which is extremely difficult when I've raised them for 28 years and they won't talk to me. And they blame me for everything that's wrong in their life. And that's hard too.
Sending you lots of love tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Mara, from all that pain, you've moved into a profession where you can ensure your experiences are not repeated, because people who are faced with that are now given the options of having support.
Yeah. Thank you.
People are being taught that you don't give permission to anybody to treat you or judge you. That is something that when you rediscover your feminine energy, that power you, and you determine what makes you feel, not what others make you feel. remember that.
Thank you.
We are holding space for one another. As I said, the group is strong today, and we are on different part of our journey. We have been put through on different perspective or experience, or been told what you can or you cannot. But from today's onwards, we all regain our true power, and we all embrace our true power within ourselves. Even in this container, we come from a very diverse background, diverse experience. But one thing I only ask of us is there's no judgment. Where we came from and where we're heading. Because this is a place that is safe for us to be who we are. Anna, you're going to jump out like she is doing this again to me. Now, you are strong, you are brave, but we all holding within us that what would you like to share with us?
Oh, God, guys, do you really want to hear that story? Oh, okay. Right. Can everyone hear? Yeah, okay. Just remember, she invited me to tell you. So.
Yeah, bring it on, Catherine.
All right. Okay. So, as most of you know, I had a kidney disease that I had died several times. Blah blah blah. As a child, I made a choice to live. I changed things when I turned 13. I changed the path because had I continued to go down the path of taking steroids for a little while longer in my body, I would not be here. So something told me to get rid of these tablets because for all my life, from the time I was 10, I was told that I wouldn't make it till I was 15, then I would never be able to conceive. There was something really wrong with me. So imagine my surprise when I told my first boyfriend, I said, I want, at 18, if you want a family, you're going to have to look elsewhere because I can't. I won't be able to have children. Okay? That took courage to tell somebody you really loved that you might have to let go because he wanted a family. So I went, I might not be able to have a family. And he turned around and said, you're not an incubator, we'll adopt. So imagine my surprise. 6 months later, I got pregnant. Look at the light. Right? And I was, let's just put it this way, I was shocked and horrified. But I had a beautiful daughter. I knew what her name would be. I knew that I conceived a girl, and I was grateful. I was so grateful. My parents were more excited about that than they were about me getting engaged. Right? And then I grew up in a strict family. But the story that Catherine wants me to tell you about is my son, my second child. The second, Josh, was conceived 1987. I didn't even know I was pregnant. And you see how tiny Catherine was? I was the smallest she was, waist-wise. And I just had my daughter, who was 6 months old. And, I was doing exercises. I was driving different places. I started a career with the Department of Aviation. And I went blind. I was driving home from a course and I couldn't see. All of a sudden I was blind, eyes wide open, and I'm driving. So luckily I was in the far left lane because I felt for the hazards and pulled over straight away, right? And lucky that was the Thursday because somebody who I knew just happened to be there, and he came out and he goes, "What's going on, Anna? You're stopping traffic." And I go, "I can't see, I'm blind." He goes, "But your fucking eyes are open." And I go, "Hey, I don't know." But the issue here was that when I went to the doctor the next day, it was just a migraine. I go, "Mate, I've had migraines. I don't go blind. I just go to sleep." Anyway, so we'll run some tests, and came back and he goes, "You're pregnant." I went, "Are you fucked? Like, seriously?" I thought I was never going to have one kid, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know. I wasn't pushing it. Thank you, angels, because they're letting me tell the story. So they go, "You're pregnant." I go, "Do I look pregnant?" Like, seriously, I'm this is word for word. "Do I look pregnant?" He goes, "No, actually, you look undernourished." I said, "Trust me, I look like a pig," right? So they bring down their gynecologist, and then goes and has a feel up there, and he goes, "Lady, you're over 4 months pregnant." I went, "Huh?" My mouth must have just stayed open because I said, "Get the fuck away from me. Like, are you serious?" Because it didn't feel right. Guys, it didn't feel right. I didn't feel pregnant. Okay? So, I go back to my gynecologist that I had with my daughter. This is the God syndrome one. And I say to him, "Look, it doesn't feel right." He goes, "Oh, these things happen." And I kept going back because I'd wake up, I was Catherine size, and I'd wake up and I was bigger than this. So it was like, and then 2 days later, I'd go back to bed and anyway, so I explained to my husband we weren't going to bring a baby home because I knew, all right, there was something wrong here. And I told my mother, and she said, "No, it's okay, you've been blessed with another one." I go, "Mum, we're not going shopping." Went back to the doctor. "Anna, you're becoming a hypochondriac." My body was telling me I had to take Josh out. All right? His journey for him was to experience the birth. My journey was to be the vessel. All right? So, anyway, I kept going back. My husband even said I was a hypochondriac, which was quite hurtful and demeaning. But anyway, so throughout all this, I had nobody believing me. I'm okay, honey. I really am. It just makes me angry.
It's okay. I'm just holding her down instead of jumping up and trying to punch them out.
Okay, so anyway, I ended up booking myself in a hospital on the 14th of August. And ringing the doctor and saying, "This baby's going to come out, mate. If he doesn't come out, it's going to kill me." "Oh, there, dear. It's okay. Your blood pressure's up. Oh, we'll give you a bit of a rest." And he was dressed up to go fishing, by the way. He was going away for his fishing shit. I'm paying him thousands, but he's going away for fishing. So he left. My family had actually tried to organise a surprise 21st for me, which I didn't end up getting. And told my husband, "Look, I really need you to understand this is not good." "It's okay, honey, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine." So Monday comes, 17th of August, and I go through more tests, and suddenly they see something. Oh, it's water in the lungs. I turned around and got off the table, pissed on the floor, and went, "Oh, I'm going to go shower." And he goes, "But we need photos." I said, "Good luck. Now you're going to have to go in because you're just destroying my kidneys." So I had a shower. When I got out of the shower, they had changed all my stuff into a really exclusive private room in the private area of the hospital. So all of a sudden I'm going, "Oh, shit's about to get shit's about to go down." I had his associate, who was a beautiful man and ended up delivering my third child, Ben. He said something to me, and I knew I was gonna make it, because I said to him, "Can you promise me something?" He goes, "Yeah, of course." He goes, "Look, I'm pretty sure it's just this." I said, "Right. So why don't we have a collective from Sydney, right? Royal Children's Hospital, Royal Women's Hospital, everyone's here that afternoon for water in the lungs, right? Because they didn't know what it was, guys." And I signed a thing that said if he couldn't breathe on his own, he wasn't to be revived. But he had to be delivered on my 21st birthday. Anyway, he was born. Apparently, a couple of women fainted in the fucking surgery. He had trisomy 13. So he wouldn't have had developed mouth or eyes, kidneys, anything. It's the most vital time, the chromosome, for your vital organs. Anyway, so my husband got to hold him, and I went into a coma. After all that, I wake up. I don't know how long. And the doctors are like, thank God you made it. And I'm like, well, you made that happen, mate. You made that happen. So I was really grateful to Charles. But my husband, when we finally had time together, and you wonder why I put him through a war, turns around, and I go, I hold his hand, I got my daughter, and he goes, oh, not you too. I go, what? I'm the one that, what? Oh, everyone's been crying on me. Mate, get the fuck out. I ripped the IVs off me. I lunged at him. I was going to stab him with needles. It was going to happen. My little girl just sitting on the bed, crying, and told him never to come back. I didn't want him back to see me. But the best part of all of this, and I think was something that Sacred Mother and the Divine gave me, was the doctor that was my gynecologist was told, I told the nurses he was never to see me. He was never to come and see me. He was never to come and darken my door. If I ever saw a bill, I was going to hunt him down and kill him. They were my words, right? So he came into my room. I just rip. I was off the bed. Hold me down. Because I was going to do it. So these cases are very rare. In those days, it was 1 out of, 20 million? Something like that. But the story that I'm trying to tell you is that when you feel and you got the gut, you know. I'm not grieving for Josh because Josh is experiencing that. I was grieving because of being alone.
Of not being believed.
Yeah.
Not being, because you were a woman, they didn't believe you. They didn't know that, they didn't believe that you knew your body. They didn't believe that you knew what was going on because you were only a woman.
So I have to say to
Not
you.
only a woman, she was only 21.
Exactly.
What would you have known?
Exactly.
Well, you know what, Charles? Charles said to me, he goes, how do you feel, Anna? And I said, dangerous. And he goes, I understand that, love. She said, but you're now okay and you've got a little girl waiting for you at home. Remember that. He said, not all of us are like that man. I said, no, but you're an associate of him, which was really disappointing. But I'm glad that you were with me and you saved my life. And I'm forever grateful for that. You know, Josh is with me all the time. And he gave me the strength and resolve to know that the belief in myself, that I didn't need someone to tell me what I felt. I didn't need anybody to tell me where I had to go, what I had to do. All right. So, you know, after Josh, I got pregnant again less than a year, and the doctors said I couldn't have him because they were scared I was going to. They didn't know what the reaction would be. So 4 years later, I conceived Ben, and I had to go through this test that they just created or invented, where all these women now benefit because I was one of the first few, where they tested all your chromosomes to see if the chromosomes were there. So Melbourne University had me on the top of the list. And I had to wait 9 weeks, to know whether he had all this. I knew he was right. I knew I was going to have a baby. This was going to be a real pregnancy for me. But yeah, out of that, if I had all my children that I was meant to have, there would be 5. But yeah, when you believe, when you feel, like Adele was saying, you know, did I really want children? I thought I was never going to have any. So I just, when it happened, I was like, oh. And then I had to worry about whether it was going to be okay. But I knew when I conceived, I knew what she was, I knew what her name would be, it was fine. But I have a son who said to me, Mum, I love you, but you're never going to have grandchildren from me. Because he made a decision. He wasn't going to put children in this world the way it was. And you know something? He would have made the best father because he is the greatest uncle. So there's some, some great things out of that. There's some magical things out of that, Oh, the best out of all of this was nobody wanted to celebrate my birthday because they thought it would upset me. But nobody fucking asked. So I made everybody, I told him, I turned 40, I have a birthday party, make it fucking happen or I'm taking all my money and I'm going overseas. Oh, it happened. So yeah, we all make choices. Sometimes, the divine steps in and says, I need you to go through this. So don't be scared. At least you have one another now. I didn't have this.
Thank you, Anna.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Anna. It's the power of the story that we own it. We have our voice to share. And all of our experience are going to make known to this world. To make sure no other women would have followed our footsteps. It's not whose stories be more soft or get more people to feel sorry for us. We no longer need to be sorry. We are here to empower. That's why we have a reason to be here to share our story. And your story is important to yourself and to someone else might be or might have been or will be going through very similar journey. And you are the one going to empower them, to inspire them, no matter what is in front of them. That you are the one to make that difference, to mark the difference. Okay. And I think there's an exercise. It's not an exercise. Does everyone have a candle at home? Could you just put a love heart on the screen that if you have candles at home? We'll probably do this together to light a candle for the children that we might have lost or for the children we might not have the chance to meet or the children that we did not have the opportunity to have. Or it's a time to say goodbye to our old self. Oh, definitely, Katrina. So time to get your candle and time to just run. You're too polite to ask for. I can't even reach the screen to beat you up if you leave us. She can't hear us. Let's have a bio break and get your candle ready. If you don't have any, just let us know. We will take the number of candles that you want us to light for you. Okay, let's have a bio break. Let's have a 5 minutes break.
Put the timer on 5 more minutes. I'm heading to the shower.
There's the water thing.
Over there.
Well, as you can see, we didn't just have a bio break. We've been munching. Oh, we're on recording anyway. So just chill. We done something very deeply. Oh, Alicia, you have to go in 30 minutes because yeah. Okay. Is that how many candles would you like us to light for you when as we do this ritual? And then while we're doing this, we're actually going to spend some time to do some either journaling, free writing, or drawing to express our grief, sorry, in order to celebrate our gifts. Because we are creating a new us. We'll continue to going to create our new us, but we need to acknowledge that the grief is within us. It will take time. It's not just today. We'll just say goodbye. We'll continue to work through this. We all grieve very differently. Of course, I forgot to turn off the music. Did you guys hear what I just said? Now I
Yeah.
didn't know even.
I have a candle here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Is Elon with you, Alicia?
Is he what?
Is he with you? Is he at home?
He just went to have a shower.
Oh, okay. But maybe it will be beautiful that you both light the candle together.
Yeah.
And he could be there to support you, okay? You don't need to speak. I understand. But this is a very important step for us. And also for the new you with Elon. And I know, I told you how many children you're going to have. One for each of us, for your grandmother, grandmother. You see how powerful that woman is? My whole dome is. Okay. So that's the exercise we do. Can we yes, Adele will do that for you. Okay. You guys want to watch the ritual together because we're going to go out. We're going to go outside to light the candle in my garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will be walking barefooted. For those who could have a garden outside, you can switch your Zoom onto your phone. We do this ritual together. But if some of you need to go, you feel free to go. But I think it's important for us to have either a journal or drawing, or you can just do a sound recording. It's not about what had happened. It's about where you are at. We acknowledge the state of mind and the state of heart and the state of being, and let the divine to guide you. This is a very sacred moment. I will see it as more like a celebration as we light a candle. But as I said, we all have a very different way to grieve. But I will say, for the baby that I lost, not just one, I was telling the girls, I don't know how many DNC I have done through my IVF journey. Because I just, at that time, I need to shut my emotion down. Okay, but that's my journey to see through how the medical world and how women got treated when we are not the norm. Okay, so everyone done their bio break? Everyone got some snacks? Are we, how many, we'll have one candle for Adele. Anyone need us to light a candle for you guys as well? Let's, Linda, unmute. Oh, okay.
Would you light a candle for me, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you want to enter?
Morning
Do you want to enter on your phone?
Can't hear.
Do you want to enter on your phone so we can take your phone out to the...
Okay. All right. Like, let's go outside and we will meet back on the Zoom. That's okay. I'll switch to my phone as well. I'll have my audio on. So. Is this working?
On.
Where's the candle, ladies?
I just
On
gave it
here.
to-
Okay.
Okay.
You guys think it's just awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know, English is-
Mhm.
I leave her phone, she's got a
Mhm.
Are we going outside now?
You go outside here now.
What?
Okay, I'll go outside.
Hang on, Pepe.
Okay, now there's no echo. Technology. Anna, you need help?
Ooh, it's actually very cold.
It's Melbourne, darling.
I know, but it's wet, so means we can have fire.
There's another 45.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ooh, thank you. It's cold. Okay, I'll turn the camera on as you guys do the. Oh, it... where's the background effect? Have you guys seen my backyard before?
Oh, beautiful. Wow.
That's the orange tree. That's a lemon tree that I haven't looked after. That's my mountain. What happened?
Mm.
You pick it from the ground? Oh,
What part of Melbourne are you in?
Mount Dandenong.
Ah, yes, looks very much like that.
That's a valley that I wake up. That's my house. Okay, I'll stream the ladies. Oh, we have to do this. Okay, as we like Katrina, do we need to light a candle for you? Would you like us to light a candle for Katrina?
We'll light one candle
For
here
it, yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Then we'll light some more.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Okay, you guys Tamara.
Okay.
And Alicia will be doing that for us too. With us too.
Okay, ladies. As we go through this and as we release our grief, we light the flame to say thank you. And
Okay, let me do it.
okay.
Technical issue. My high-tech lighter. Yeah, temperament. Come on.
As we light the flame, we let go of the grief. We light the way for the joy to come. And as the candle burns, we release the grief and our pain. And we say thank you. And as light continues to burn, it shines a light on those that we have lost, that have passed, that are with us, standing behind us, standing beside us, supporting us and protecting us always. Thank you. And we give thanks. They have loved us on this earthly plane and in the other realms and in the realms beyond. For those that we have loved, for those that we have lost, for those that we have grieved that we could never conceive. for those that wanted to conceive that haven't been able to, for those that chose not to, for those that didn't get the choice, for those that have enjoyed the journey of motherhood, and for those where the journey of motherhood has not been easy. We give thanks. We allow that grief to flow. We allow that grief to be released. And we allow that space to then be filled with the joy and the love of knowing that they are with us, that they support us, and that they love us as well. Thank you.
I'm lost for words. Okay. Sacred Mother is with us all on the journeys that we've all experienced, or we're all experiencing or are about to experience. Know that she is always with you. The divine is always with you. But although there are lessons, there is joy amongst them. Acknowledgement of spirit. So do not be afraid, because you're not alone in every aspect. And as you get older, you will understand that even more. So enjoy the journey, experience the journey, love the journey, for she's with you, all of us. Give thanks to her.
Thanks. Katrina, would you like to say a prayer for us?
Now we invoke the violet flame of transformation to take the grief, the yearning, the longing, the pain, transform that into understanding, compassion, and knowledge that this was part of the journey that we all had to take. We take the lessons from this and move forward into forgiveness and into love and compassion. And we honor the sacrifices that we have all made. And we give thanks.
We give thanks. All right, ladies, take the next at least half an hour to either journal, free writing, not from your head, from your heart, and take your time. And when we are, you can keep your camera on so we know where each other is at. If you need support, we are here for you.
Love you guys. Great chat. Love you guys.
All right, let's go back inside.
Melbourne.
Shut your mouth.
Love you too.
How are we doing, ladies? Have you finished journaling? And then, hello, Helen. How are you feeling?
I am croaky, but I'm here.
Have you got some ginger and lemon?
Yeah.
If you could get some ginger and lemon, that might help with your cracky voice. Or if you have lemon oil, just some hot water and drop a drop of
Like my
lemon
journal.
in your voice. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, the other one that I haven't written in yet is Other Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's in this page. I look beyond the surface and discover soulful wonder. And there's a little butterfly at the bottom.
Yeah. So for those who finish journaling, grab something to eat and we start at 11, okay? But if you need some time, extra time, let us know as well. We'll pace ourselves. We are journeying together today in a very different aspect of work that we've been doing.
Oh, look at the fairy.
Are you going with the girlfriends, Alicia, or are you going out with Elon?
Actually,
someone on my Facebook contacted me a few weeks ago, and he asked if we wanted to hang out because he liked all my posts. And me and Elon and his wife went for pizza, and it was fun. So now they invited us to their house for dinner.
Oh, nice.
It was the first time that I got to see that, you know, the power of putting yourself out there on Facebook or social media.
Yeah. Yep.
It's good that Elon with you tonight.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I was going to say, it's good that it's a group thing and you've all met before and
We want to hear all about it.
yeah.
The first time I was sure they were going to try and sell us something, but they really just wanted
Oh,
to
come on.
Sell you something or abduct you and kidnap you to Mexico or something.
Yeah, but I had Elon with
Around
me.
there.
Pardon?
Elon was with me, so
Yeah,
good
no.
luck.
Doesn't mean they won't kidnap him too.
Good
If they
luck.
sell it by kilos, that is something. If he will sell by kilos, how much worth? It's quite worth a lot.
Honey,
Yeah, no.
dice him up at,
I know.
you have to have a 4v2 and
Yeah,
a
no.
few other things to get him down.
Yeah, I know that. But hey, it's always in my head.
About what?
Just to be careful.
Oh,
You
well,
don't-
I had the same thought. But let's not scare her.
No, we're not.
Let's trust in the world that it's good.
We're trusting that the world is a lovely place.
Yes.
It's a pretty dress.
It's a very pretty dress.
Thank
Besides,
you.
I was driving a car with a friend and we were just like,
Oh, she's got.
Mr.
Oh, wow.
Lion.
She's learning.
What'd you say, Helen, darling?
Katrina, it looks really good. Looking good, Alyssa. Eating, be back so soon. If I didn't read that properly, I would have said, are you going to eat her and be back?
my friend was driving and I was sitting next to her in the car and all of a sudden we lost time and we were visited by aliens and then we came back and we're fine. She said,
Yeah, that's cool.
so there you
That's
go.
cool,
There is
darling.
magic around. It doesn't have to be evil.
No, that's right. That's right. Well, we're ready to get started if everyone's back.
We don't have lemon, so I told Elon to use the Young Living lemon oil, but he's refusing to.
It's good. It's good.
So what does he need the lemon for?
He's making like a Moroccan carrot salad.
Just a drop or two of the lemon oil.
Just a drop, honey. Just a drop. Because one.
Yeah, no, it's
So what's the
powerful.
reason that he doesn't want it?
Yeah.
Because it's not real. He doesn't.
Yeah. Why doesn't he want to use it?
Because it's not got no peel.
Well, it
No.
comes from the peel.
Okay, the education is ask
Stubborn.
him, do you know how many lemon need to be used to put in a bottle of lemon oil? Okay, whoever got the answer first will get a bottle of lemon oil for me. Let's go and Google.
16? Oh, I thought it was 50.
50 or 16. That's
For
what
a
she said.
5 ml bottle, woman, go and Google it.
50.
The coffee will be ready in 1 minute.
Okay. Wait,
Oh,
wait.
and they'll say 20.
Catherine,
Yes?
can you tell Elon about the lemon oil?
Hi, darling. You're looking very handsome.
Ooh,
Gosh.
Dashing.
Dashing.
Woohoo!
Hey, Elon, I got rid of my beard just yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
No, look, no whiskers. See?
Or maybe you moved it up.
You know what? You know the truth.
Yes.
That's it.
He's looking fantastic.
I need to know about the lemon oil.
Okay, darling. Could you do an experiment experiment for me. Can I call him darling, Alicia? I don't want to
Yeah.
offend
Yes,
somebody.
of
else.
Because
course.
you can't call
Okay.
Calvin darling. Don't ever call him darling.
No, I call
So
Kelvin
do an
darling.
experiment and
No,
try
I
it in the
don't.
fish.
Yep.
Sorry, say again.
Do an experiment and try it on the food.
Do you experiment? What?
And do an experiment and try the lemon oil on the food.
Yeah. No, it's with your FDA is a culinary oil. No, do an experiment for me. Bring a bottle of oil, open the bottle of lemon oil, you smell it because you are a foodie, and you know
I
what's
smelled
real
it.
and what's not. You smell it? What do you think?
I don't think it's for food.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It is.
I put it in my water bottle all the time.
And it's in my salads. It's my tea. It's concentrated, real concentrated lemons. That's
It's
its cure.
cold pressed with the lemon rain, like just
The
the
I would
wine.
say
brine. Sorry.
I would say we did the all. I would say the nicest way ever, without trying to offend you. God bless your palate.
Okay,
Hey,
well, honey,
I'm a foodie, darling. Trust
am
me. I am a great cook.
Yeah.
Trust
I
me, I
believe it.
have. Pardon?
So did you
believe
try it in salad?
Yes.
Yes.
I've
And
done
I have used it with olive oil and apple cider vinegar
It's
as a
delicious.
dressing.
Better than
Yep.
is
And I've used it on fish. I've used it on.
So yes,
Yeah.
it is very good. And trust me, if it is not real, it does not go near my food.
yeah. No, you might
Because
go on. Yeah,
oh,
go on.
I was going to say, ask Alyssa what happens if I eat the wrong food. If
What
it's not,
happens
if it's
you eat the wrong food?
She'll puke and die.
What?
yes, I do. I actually have anaphylaxis, and my throat will close up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I stop breathing and puke everywhere and die.
Oh no, we don't want you to do that.
No.
But that's why everything
So
has
the-
to
so
be
yeah,
pure.
so-
Everything has to be pure.
So the lemon oil is actually
Yeah.
good.
Because the reason I invited you to smell it is not what you think. Let your olfactory gland tell you.
Or, Alyssa, do the belly button test.
Oh my God.
I'll show him.
Yep.
Yeah, show him. Yeah,
We love
I
you,
will show
Elon.
him. Can you see the confidence? I will show him. I just love this girl. I'll show him.
See? We're full of all sorts of information and education. It's great.
You don't get to call anyone else darling. We can't call your hubby darling. You don't get to call anybody darling.
No, I asked for permission from Alicia to call. Can I call him your darling?
No.
After you'd said it.
Huh?
After you'd said it.
So I
okay.
said no, don't, because we can't call Calvin darling. So
Right.
I didn't say that.
yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
No one else but me can call my husband darling.
Oh, yeah? Okay. I don't
Yeah, that's what you said.
Mm-hmm. That's what you
Did
said.
you not say
Yep.
that? Yeah.
Okay.
But me know English is also being holding accountable by these women.
Yep.
And someone just pretend to be a man.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
No.
So.
All yours, Tamara.
Okay, so we're back. Thank you, ladies. I know this has been a tough morning and it's been very sort of challenging for all of us. And we've done our journaling and drawing and free writing. First of all, I'd like to ask Anna to share what she journaled while we were journaling and writing and doing whatever we were doing.
Okay. So I journaled, I trust in myself, trust my heart. I've always, from that point, known who I was in many ways. But the one thing that I journaled was that through this grief and turmoil came the light in my dog, Spud. And I saved him. I rescued him from a terrible, terrible wreckage yard, and he rescued me from the grief and loss. So we walked, we healed each other. I had 19 human glorious years with him, and he raised my son. As in I say that, my son learned how to walk. He ran with him. They were always together. And he was a big part of my life. So, he healed me, and then when I got to that point I could have a child again, I had Ben. But if he hadn't come into my life, I may not have been, willing to go out and do activities or getting myself back into fitness. You know what I mean? So he spurred me on.
He healed you and you
Yeah.
healed him.
That's it. So the end.
Mm.
What was it?
Yep.
That was good.
But he brought that joy back into your life. He showed
Absolutely.
you that there could be joy after the grief.
Absolutely. And he was like having turn around and say human. He was my human. He was really my human. I didn't have to train him, Katrina. If I looked at him and went, I want you to sit, in my head, he was sitting. I didn't have to talk to him. So he was my guardian. So now, when I know it's time, I know that he'll be waiting there for me as well. There's not been any of his like ever.
Yeah. Beautiful. I didn't journal, but for me, I draw. I'm a creative person. And so for me, releasing my grief is about moving forward and creating. And it brings forth my creative spirit. But I drew something that I think is very sort of, I do my drawing. It's sort of an expression of what I'm going through, and I do it sort of intuitively. And this is what I drew. I'm not sure. Anna, can you hold that up for me? Because my camera's not.
Do you want me to use my camera?
Yeah, probably. No, you'll need to use her camera.
Yep. So Catherine's going to show you what I drew. And for me, you may not see it because of the pencil. So I'll see if I can take a photo and share it in the Facebook Messenger chat. So it's about rebirth and being reborn, and all those that we are grieving become the stars of our life. So that's what the message was through my drawing. So that's what I got. That's what I've drawn. As I said, I'll take a photo and post it. It's a bit hard to see the lead pencil on the paper. But if there's anyone else who has anything they'd like to share that they feel is important to share, please feel free. I'm not going to make anyone share if they're not ready. So if you have something to share, please feel free.
Changing topics, I just want sorry, microphone. I realised, changing topics, Helen, I hope she's still there. What is this crystal? I wanted to come and play today, and I'm looking going, I have no idea what it is.
What colour is it,
really
darling?
nice aquamarine green, but it's got this beautiful, almost magenta.
Okay.
Flecks
It
to
sounds
it,
like
little
it's
cells and
ruby
stuff.
and fuchsite.
So it's got an angel.
pretty.
So ruby and fuchsite. So, yep.
See if
That
I can
will
move
be
a
the
bit
one you've
closer.
got.
See if I can move a bit closer.
Yep.
There.
Yeah, that's it.
Are you in our face now, Katrina?
Yep.
You're getting in our face.
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
A bit.
Ruby and fuchsite, darling.
Okay. It's not pretty.
So, yes, that's a very gentle heart healing stone because it's got the green and the pink, and ruby is a very heart centered stone. So it's about very gentle love and healing. And the green is also a very gentle heart healing. But the fuchsite is an angelic stone, that angelic heart connection. So it's a very powerful heart healing stone. So very appropriate that's come with us today, because we are doing some deep heart healing
And
today.
this is why
And we're doing deep work.
my fuchsite, the big one that people couldn't believe I carried up the stairs.
Your 26 kilo piece of
Yeah,
fuchsite.
wanted to come with us, and I was like, you don't know where Catherine lives. It's going to be difficult climbing up the bloody slope.
I have a trolley.
And I might have dropped it. And I was like, and even tomorrow I had to tell it. You can't come
Because
with
it was saying, "Rick, I gotta come, I gotta come, I gotta come." We're going, no, we love you too much. And if you go, you're going to smash. You can't come.
Nah, you came, you never go.
Yeah, that's it. We
That's not a
knew.
problem.
We knew it wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
So Helen
everybody-
just put off that she's off camera for the moment because she's having
Yeah,
a
yeah.
coughing
Yeah.
fits.
Yeah, and that's okay because Helen today, she's here listening and she's with us in spirit. We just can't see her beautiful face.
I think everyone's got a crystal.
Yep.
a particular
Alyssa
crystal
just
that they-
popped up that she got Elon to try a drop of the lemon.
Yay!
Oh.
Well done.
Oh,
Well done. Hey, Evie, we can see your face again. You're muted, darling.
I've done a little bit of journaling and just writing what came to me. So I've just typed it up on a document to send in and share. It's nothing, but I just wanted to share it. And I've done a drawing as well. And it's interesting. I heard that I didn't see your thing, but because I was too busy typing. But I'll add it in as well. It's I'm not a real creative artist, but it's just what came to me. So I hope it makes sense. And if you can see it on this paper, because I've just taken a photo, so I'll get that to you guys as well
thank you.
Yep. Beautiful, darling.
as soon as it lands in my email. And then I've got to get ready, guys, and go for this house thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Will you take care and you drive safely?
I will. As soon as this email comes through, I'll get it. I'm not rushing just yet, but I will be getting ready soon, just letting you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would help if I sent it, right?
Yeah.
That would help. All right.
Okay, that's that. Right. Okay. So, seeing as we've had a very sort of emotional morning and lots of shifting and lots of heavy stuff and heavy work, because sometimes to move forward, we've got to release all that heavy grief and we've got to release that pain. So I think it will be really nice for us at the moment to go into a nice, soft, caring space. And again, do it just a caring, loving meditation just to help us all recenter, just to help bring us back and help us heal and help us have sort of more of a nurturing space and hold a nurturing space for each of us. If you have a beautiful crystal with you that you want to hold, that you want to bring into the meditation with us, please feel free to. Now, that's your amethyst?
Yes,
Right.
you did bring yours.
No,
Okay.
I packed it, but I didn't bring
That's
it.
why I said you did. What would
Here you go,
like
hon.
No, no.
amethyst?
I want...
I have plenty of amethyst on that
You-
table.
Actually, I've got my amethyst. I've got my beautiful pink amethyst. So I'm going to hold that one. Oh, beautiful, Linda.
What
Is
is it?
that an amethyst?
It's beautiful.
Which one is it, darling?
I don't know.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
Bubby's
I know.
parents had it.
Yeah. I
in the
actually
box.
have a feeling I know what that one is. I've got a raw piece of that sitting beside my bed. So yes, that's a very powerful healing stone as well. Very centering. Okay. So again, find a beautiful, comfortable, relaxed position to sit back into. And we're going to breathe in and out and breathe in and breathe out. And again, we're going to breathe in and bring that love into our hearts. And breathe out. And I want us all to just breathe that love in once again. Nurturing yourself with beautiful, nurturing energy, a loving, soft energy. Understand that the grief we feel and heal is all part of the process. At times, it's going to be more painful than others, and that's okay. And it's okay to feel it. It's okay to release it. It's okay to understand it's a part of us and a part of our journey. As we breathe in again, breathe in the love, but release the grief and thank it for the purpose it's played in our life. And we breathe in and release the pain with gratitude and say thank you for your role in my life. We breathe in and release. Breathe in and release it all with gratitude. For without these experiences, we do not understand joy. Without these experiences, we do not understand true love. Without these experiences, we do not appreciate true happiness. So as painful as the grief is, it is part of helping us recognize and celebrate and feel joy. It's about recreating ourselves after that pain and that grief, because we become a new person after we experience this extreme pain, this intense grief. We need to create new life. We need to create the new us. And that's part of the power of grief, as it allows us to cleanse and clear and create. If we don't release the grief, we can't create the space for happiness. If we don't release the pain, we can't create the space for love. If we do not release the fear, we cannot create the space for joy. So release. It's okay to feel it. It's okay to sit with it. But it's also best to release it after we've gone through that feeling and experiencing and acceptance of it. When we release, we give space to create new joy, new love, new happiness, and new experiences. And as we breathe in, I want to bring in beautiful lemon golden light of expansion to expand out that love, to expand out that joy, to expand out that happiness in beautiful golden rays of sunshine beaming out from our heart, expanding the love, expanding that feeling of sunshine and happiness of creating that joy. Expand it out to all those around you, to all those you care for, to all those you love. Radiate that joy, that love, that happiness, and that peace. And as we sit and feel the creation of our new self, the creation of our joy and moving forward, we know that no matter how hard the grief is, no matter how hard the pain, no matter how hard the challenges we face, that we can experience it, we can feel it, and then we can let it go. And as we let it go, we are grateful for that experience. But we are also then grateful for the ability to create new happiness. We are grateful for the ability to create new joy, to embrace new love. So please forgive yourselves for holding on to that pain and that grief for longer than we needed to. But now, thank yourself and nurture yourself for taking that step forward to create the light and the love within yourself to heal. And we breathe that love into our heart to heal our heart, to heal our pain, to heal our grief. And we again bring that love into our heart as it stitches our heart back together. As we breathe in, I want you to breathe in that love and give your little inner child some love and nurturing and a great big hug, an energetic hug to yourself, an energetic hug of life, an energetic hug of love, happiness and joy for yourself, for your inner child, and for all that you are, all that you have been, and all that you are becoming. And as we breathe, I just want you to once again feel your feet on the floor. Feel your arms and feel your hands as we enter back into our bodies and back into the space where we are. And when we are ready, we can open our eyes and come back into the room. And thank you for allowing me to work with you through this. Thank you.
Thanks, Tamara. Beautiful. So it's interesting what you just said then, Tamara.
Mm-hmm.
Check my little scribble out.
Yeah.
I've sent it
Where'd you send it, darling?
through the chat.
Let me have a look.
If you can see it, because it's just in pen.
I can't see it at all, darling.
Ah,
Messenger chat?
yeah, messenger. Your chat through the Zoom. It's on the chart.
No, I can't see it, darling.
Hmm.
Not even in a direct message to me.
Oh, sorry, I've sent a direct message to Helen. Oh, it meant to be for all. Can I resend that?
Yeah,
Of course you
How do I do that?
I don't know.
can. How did you attach it? Just attach another one.
Just
right?
attach another one to everyone.
Sorry, Helen, it was meant to go to everyone.
Helen, I loved your crystal that you showed us, darling. It was beautiful.
Sally, which one was that? I missed it.
It's gone tomorrow. Have a look.
Oh, the one that we went for, honey.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Which crystal is that, Helen?
Did it come through to you, Catherine?
I don't know.
Oh, there it's come through,
Tara
Evie.
knows.
It's Kundalini, honey.
Yeah,
Kundalini.
well, this Kundalini is, I've got
There
energy
is-
going right through the palm of my hand. It was radiating out. I had my other hand underneath, and it was radiating out to my thumb when we're doing that meditation. There's some beautiful things in there.
It is. It is. When we found it, I put it in her hand. I said, "This is yours," and put it in her hand, and she jolted back. I went, "Yeah, okay."
That's beautiful, Evie.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Thank you, darling. Thank you for sharing that. You're muted again, darling.
It started the dark cloud.
Yeah.
And then the broken heart.
Yep.
And then the balloon for oxygen.
Yep.
And then your like positivity coming in, wrapping around, and that's with support from friends or yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The loss that you lose is actually making you growth, and the time to heal all with the sunshine coming out for positivity, and the balloon is now being burst when you surrender and release to the universe.
Yep.
Yeah. Not that I'm a good artist, but that's the story in that.
Sorry, honey. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, darling. Have a great night.
You stay safe. Drive safely. Are you driving or Elon driving?
Oh no, Elon's driving.
Oh,
Elon drive.
Well, you enjoy yourself tonight, darling.
And he survived the lemon.
He survived it. It might be strong.
Yeah.
But he survived it.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Lisa. Have a great day.
Bye, honey.
He did the belly button test, but he didn't move anywhere. He just stood there like a brick.
Yeah, so neutral. Either.
Neutral. Either way. Either
Yep.
way, yes or no. If you should either eat it or not.
Okay, now let's see if I can pick that up. Okay. What would you like?
Beautiful tomorrow. The drawing's gorgeous.
Yes, can everyone see that in the group?
Yeah,
I'm not sure if Adele can see it.
In the paw.
Yeah,
Very pretty.
so I finally got it in there.
Yeah, that's
Been a
good.
bit busy.
Love it.
Gorgeous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
So as we move into that, we moved through that meditation, I felt it was important to just recognize that we've all been in survival mode quite a lot. And when we go into survival mode, a lot of our emotions shut down. Our brain stops us from processing our emotions or feeling our emotions. Because when you're in survival mode, your body doesn't have the capacity to create or waste any energy on anything but surviving. So as a result, we shut down our emotions, we shut down our creativity, we shut down an important part of ourselves. So what we're trying to do, and what today is about, is moving from survival mode out of that survival mode and into a new space of creation, a new space of acceptance, and a new space of feeling our emotions, of feeling that joy, of feeling that happiness. And we want to break that survival mode. Yes, it's great that we've survived and we've done what we've needed to survive, but at times we need to understand we have survived. We've got past it. We're no longer in survival mode. We're now in that space where we can create what it is we want. We can create the life we want. We can create who we want to be. So I'm wondering, is there anyone who has anything to share about that or anything they'd like to? Because I'm just getting the feeling that there's someone who's been through a lot, who's survived a lot, who has done that survival and fought for a very long time. And I know a lot of us are fighters and a lot of us are survivors and a lot of us are strong and we're always seen as strong. And that's okay. Being strong is great. But that doesn't define who we are. Our emotions, our love, our joy, our ability to get back up again and experience love, happiness and joy is what makes us beautiful. It's what makes us real. Did you want to say something, Evie, or?
I think, like you were saying, we're all strong women here. And yeah, I think you're right about disconnecting from emotion. It's not, you don't disconnect, you won't show it to the outside world. So you build up a wall because of the pain and the hurt. But yeah, living in survival mode is just existing.
Yeah, it's not living.
It's not living. So yeah.
No.
Yeah, so it's good that we get forums like this to actually be able to be vulnerable and share and heal and grow together. And who better to do it with than people who've actually been in survival, who are strong, or who understand exactly what you were saying. So yeah, it's good. It's a good group.
Yeah. And I have been one of those people. I remember saying in my mid-20s, I don't know what love feels like. I don't know what love looks like. I don't know what true happiness looks like. And that was in my mid-20s. Even though I'd had both my babies by that time and I'd been married. I still didn't know or understand what true love or what love for myself felt like. I didn't know that. I knew what pain felt like. I knew what fear felt like. I knew what it was like to be absolutely terrified for my life. But I didn't know what it felt like to feel true happiness. I didn't know what it felt like to feel true joy. So I'm coming from that place of having been there, of having locked my heart inside a wall, having locked my heart inside this brick wall, this tower, and I wouldn't let people in. I wouldn't let them see my vulnerability. It took me a very long time to cry with anyone present in the room. Absolutely. But that was part of my healing journey. That was part of me breaking down my walls and breaking down my survival mode. Is I had to understand that it was okay to cry in front of people. That it was okay to experience sadness and it was okay to experience grief, but to let it go. Because if we don't let it go, it festers. And I think it's important that for me to be able to share that with you guys, to share that with you all, that I don't just say these things just because. I say these things Bye, Alyssa. I say these things because I've had that experience. I'm coming from an experienced point of view. Not just because, hey, I've read it or I've learnt about it in theory in my counselling practice. No, it's about I understand how hard it is to break down these walls. Do you want to say something, Anna?
No. Everyone breaks down walls differently.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I'm just going
And
to share
we'll build them
something
up
'cause,
differently. Yep. Share, Helen.
I just received a text from a mother yesterday, and this is what she's like. This is normal for her.
Mhm.
How are you? Question mark, question mark. I have not heard from you. Question mark. Why? Question mark. A phone call would be nice, or even an SMS. We are both getting old and weak. Have to have help to clean the house and maintain the garden. Kurt has had heart surgery and cannot do much she told me last week. We're paying for private help, presently having painting done to all outside areas as they need it badly. Kurt used to do all this. How are you? Question mark. And what are you doing? Question mark. Hope to hear from you. Love, Mum. Talk about mixed messages there. That's how she's like. Because
Yeah.
I don't contact her. And the last one I got from her was on Mother's Day. So
Mhm.
I will be going back to Adelaide, but it's going to be a tough one getting through to her. But that's a mother who hasn't worked through her shit. So it's really important to work through your shit and work through the emotional stuff as well and let it go.
Yeah, that's right. And sometimes it's only when we experience that from others and we experience others who haven't healed, who haven't done the work, that we understand the importance of doing the work ourselves. And it's really hard when we get those mixed messages from our parents or our loved ones.
You okay, Helen? Helen?
Yeah, it just never constant. It's a hard one because I know both my parents are not going to recognise the harm, which is fine. I know that they've been through trauma and stuff, but to have a conversation with her, the fact that I'm neurodiverse and that it's hard enough for me to actually deal with my trauma, but it's hard enough to be in the same room as somebody that hasn't actually acknowledged the trauma. My father has, but he doesn't think anything's happened to him. It hasn't affected him. He's had trauma and just not knowing. So for me, it's just really important to do my own work because at the end of the day, it's only hurting me. It's not hurting them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know, honey, I didn't have parents like you, but I had a mother who never, ever, and will never, ever acknowledge what happened to me. Okay? So I can honestly say that I acknowledge what's happened to you. And I send my love, and although I'm not your mother, I am your sister. And I hope you realise that you can tell us everything. And we will walk that path with you.
And support you.
And love you.
And be there with you.
Always.
Okay. I'm similar in a way, Helen. I have my parents who will never acknowledge what they've done. So I feel you, honey. I understand. And it's hard to sit in a room with them. It's hard to talk to them. And you just can't. But know that we love you, darling, and we are there to support you, and we're beside you. Okay, Evie. Thank
See you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Catherine, Anna, Tamara.
Yep.
Bye, honey.
Catch you soon.
Good
See you.
luck. Good
Talk
luck.
to you soon.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Helen, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, I can send somebody out there on a hit if you want.
Ah,
At least you're laughing, but you know.
yeah, well, I can't. Well, I haven't been able to eat. It's so funny. You go and get some snacks. I'm going. Well, I would if I could eat. Barely breathe.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes it really
Michelle,
hard when you're
what
not
it's
well.
like to try and eat when you're coughing.
Yeah. Yep.
Would you like us to send you some soup? You know the soup that I sent to you before last year?
Yep. Okay,
I want
darling.
some soup to go to your house, okay?
Yeah, I just think this is just going to take a bit longer to go through my system than I thought. So I will not be going through my personal. See what I mean? Personal
Okay.
training tomorrow morning because I won't be able to get through it.
No.
No.
I think it's probably good if you cancel your personal training for the rest of for all of next week, darling.
Yeah,
Because I
I'm
think
going
you
to
need to
'cause-
rest.
Yeah, because I feel good, and then just
Yeah.
I'm just up and down with it. I'm doing
Yeah.
all
I
right.
think the best thing you can do is just sleep when your body says you need to sleep, and just
Yeah, that's
rest.
what I'm doing.
Nourishing, not nourishing. That's nourishing.
Okay. Have you got something to say, Catherine? Have you got something to share?
Let me go on to Helen. Just- It's okay to have some silence. Helen, I love you. You're very brave to acknowledge what you have gone through. That's why I'm asking Tamara to go through this afternoon with you guys, because she's not just a survivor, but she's a creator. And what more that she step up in front of people and trying to help others. What more powerful than that? As always, I'm very grateful for you all. So it's very rare that when I design a weekend and now I get to benefit from it, that I get Tamara to do all the work.
Mission, honey.
It's nothing wrong to be in silent. It's very rare for Catherine to have no word. I think it's an acknowledgement for all of us being here, being strong. Being strong doesn't mean that as strong as Anna, which we could be scared of. Being strong means acknowledge that what we have gone through. And once we understand what we have gone through, the understanding, when I first started my practice, well, not that I hate CBT. For those who don't know what CBT is, called cognitive behavioral therapy. It's really a band-aid issue. I'm not begging psychology. Psychology and medicine have its own place. But what I like to guide people to go through is, if we could have understanding our experience, but yet we still don't have a full understand what's the reason we've gone through, it's okay. But acknowledging and understand where you are at and accepting that's our past. When we accept that, means the acceptance of ourselves. None of you, none of us, including myself, are broken. It's part of our experience, the making who we became today for you and I. And in order for us to move on, the understanding and acceptance is always part of the puzzle. is always for us to continue growing, but doesn't mean that we need to run. There are times that will pace ourselves. There are times we might go for a marathon. There are times we might spin. But it is your own journey. It's a journey that you own it. And no one has a right to tell you how it should be, what it should be. You are the creator of this journey and getting to the horizon in what you want to create, in what you are called to this plane to fulfill your mission, to fulfill your calling. And as I always say, I'm very blessed to have you guys in my life.
Ditto, babe.
Ditto. Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you, Catherine.
Take over then, Mama.
And yeah, I can see we are all sharing that. We are all feeling it. We are all releasing. And we're all here to support each other and be here with each other as we release this. And we never know, you know, we have these weekends and we never know what's going to happen. We never know what direction it's going to take. But I think today has been a very important day for all of us about understanding the grief, understanding pain and survival and letting go. And we have all let tears flow today. We have all had tears. We have all let go. We have all experienced that grief and we have all been vulnerable with each other. And I love that we can come together and create a safe space for us all. Create that safety for each other that we may not have had previously. We get to create that love and acceptance and safety for ourselves and each other. And I love that we can do that together. And I appreciate all you ladies for allowing me the space to, you know, lead you through this, to walk beside you with it, and to support you with it. Because as Catherine said, we don't always get the chance to do it ourselves, especially when we're the ones doing the creating, especially when we're the ones doing the supporting. And we've all been there. So it's important for us to let ourselves know that we ourselves can nurture ourselves and we can nurture each other. And it's okay. Katrina, I've got a feeling that, do you want to say something, darling?
That was beautiful. And I was just saying to Anna, you're talking about the beautiful angelic crystal. It's behind you guys. So she may not be there physically, but she's there energetically. So I thought I'd let you know that. And at the moment, we're all carrying grief and feeling heavy in the heart. So it's a beautiful space to create here so that we all can express that and just feel it and be with that. Because in acknowledging it and acknowledging how we're feeling, that's healing.
Yeah.
And it's so important having that safe space of non-judgment to express whatever it is. So thank you for creating that, ladies.
Thank you for holding the space for us all, ladies. We've all held space for each other today. We've all held each other's hearts. Adele, how are you going there, darling?
Got to come off mute. Yeah, I'm doing okay today. I am trying not to delve too far into
Yeah.
today's trauma because I don't kind of have the emotional space for it with all of the other current trauma going on.
Yep,
I
absolutely. Totally
don't-
understand.
but I've listened and let it wash over me, if you like, so that
Mhm.
if there's anything to bring up, I'm not dealing with it today, but just acknowledging it
Yep.
in the background, and we'll address it moving forward. But very grateful to be included today.
Yeah,
We're very grateful for you to be here with us.
we are,
Hold
darling.
space for us.
Thank you. And I totally agree. And that you can understand that. And I love the fact that you can understand within yourself what you can have capacity for at the moment and what what you don't have the capacity for. And that's a very good thing to understand and learn as well. Because it's not something that you just move through or do because you get told to do it. It's understanding when you have the capacity to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I've got a lot of raw sort of feelings myself that have come up. And this is the first time, in a while I've had the capacity to be able to express that and talk about it. So thank you. I do appreciate you acknowledging that, we don't always have the capacity. Moments like this where we're all sharing to have the capacity to process. So knowing that within yourself is a beautiful thing. So thank you very much for sharing that. I appreciate it because it's important to acknowledge that as well.
Thanks, Mara.
Thank you.
Thanks for your honesty, Adele, because it's important. As we said, we're all on different part of journey, and you recognize it, as Mara said. I just put the link on the chat, ladies. We won't let you guys behind or let you be alone. So book a call with me the next week or two. We'll follow through what we have started today. This is just really start point.
Yep.
What's going to be an amazing journey for you all.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much, ladies. Don't ever feel like you're alone in this. Reach out to us. Reach out on Messenger. There's always one of us who will be around to chat to talk to. Okay. But definitely reach out. Because what is important for us in all of this is that you're not left alone. That we don't, we don't poke these things, that we don't invoke this pain and then just leave you to deal with it by yourself. That is not our intention at all. And most of us here who've been here for a while know that the support's there at any time. At any time.
And I can account for that because I've been going through a rough several weeks, and Anna, Tamara, Catherine, Helen, Linda, even Alyssa, they've all been there for me offering support at different times. And it's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been times when, Anna and I might be getting ready for bed and we've just had a shower and we get a message from Alyssa at 12:30 at night saying, is anyone around? Can we chat?
2:30.
Yep. And we end up talking to her till 3 o'clock in the morning, knowing that we've got to get up at 6 or knowing that we've got to get up at 7. But that's what we do. We're here to embrace and support.
Well,
That's what families do.
True families, true sisterhood. There's no question. There's no, we can only call it between 8 and 5. I don't know about you, but I get up at 6, 7 in the morning now with the kids, my grandkids. My day doesn't end until whatever time.
That's at 2 or 3 in the morning sometimes.
So it's like it's never ending, but I'll answer the call. Don't text me in the late hours because I deliberately turn my notifications off. But if you ring me, I will answer.
Mm.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
And there's no judgment. No judgment.
No,
Never. Never.
And there's no such thing as crazy. It's just however you're feeling, whatever you think's around at the time. It's
Yeah.
don't even
Remember,
think.
if it's
Yeah.
Messenger, we could be naked.
Just accept that. You know,
That's it.
if I don't answer, I could be very busy.
Well, yeah, she's got the excuse, got nothing.
Yeah. And you don't always want me answering on Messenger.
No. That's cool. We're all right.
But, and that's it. You know, family, and I think this is important sometimes too to recognize family is not always DNA. Family is not always blood. Family, the ones who are there for you when you need it. Family are the ones you choose to have in your life,
It's not,
who choose to be there to support you when you need it.
it's not conditional. It's not judgmental. It's not. It's just is.
Just is.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Fran has seen me in all sorts of different states lately. Absolutely melting down because something's happened or something's been said.
Yeah.
And I think just about everyone here has had one of those calls from me
And
or has
we
seen
need,
me.
and we need to remember it doesn't matter how strong you are or you appear to be. All of us have our buttons that when pushed creates patterns. And we all have our meltdowns.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Linda, do you want to
Hey.
say something, darling?
Yeah, I realised this morning I've had a loss.
Okay.
I'm just accepting it at the moment, and I drew and I wrote, but I can't talk it.
That's okay,
That's okay.
darling. Oh, beautiful, darling.
Oh my gosh. Oh, honey.
We're here for you, darling.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that you spoke up and said that you've had that breakthrough. I'm
just
glad
can't-
you're able to sit here with us today and be supported.
Thank you. I just can't talk at the moment.
Okay, darling. It's okay.
But it's been good that it's actually come up.
Yeah.
Realise
So let those tears flow,
Yeah.
darling. Let them flow.
Don't stop crying, Linda.
If you need, just cry, baby.
Let's stop crying, babe. I'm so glad you spoke up. I'm so
what was
glad.
that? Sorry.
We're
Didn't
great,
hear you.
darling.
I said, I'm glad you shared, honey. I'm glad you told everyone.
Thank you.
It's really important. Really important. Okay.
And as hard as that is, we're grateful, and that takes a great deal of vulnerability and trust that you felt okay to speak up. So thank you.
Yep, thank you. Maybe that's one of my big blockages. I didn't realise.
Yep.
I did feel better when we actually got a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Good.
Yep.
And don't stop crying, Linda.
Don't stop.
Okay. It could be a few days, but don't. And you're not answerable to anyone in that. You understand? Not even Kim.
Mm.
All right? You let it out.
If you lie on your bed curled up in a ball for 3 days, that's what you do. Okay, you need to let it out, and it may be hard over the next few days because you haven't, it's something that hasn't been released in a long time, and it's been bottled up for a long time. So please be gentle with yourself through it. Please
Mother.
be gentle and take care of yourself.
Yeah,
Sacred
thank you.
Mother, I'm sorry, somebody's speaking. I do apologize. Go. Someone else is speaking. Okay. Sacred Mother, I'm just getting the message, shower in the water. So talk to God, the divine, in the shower. Let your grief flow, honey. So their tears are with you. All right? They're with you, honey. Truly with you. All right?
And that embrace of the shower when we're letting go of this pain is really good to help those tears flow, because it's part of that. The water joins with it, with the tears, and allows it to flow.
If you want to scream and shout, honey,
Do it.
let it out.
You want to punch your pillow? Punch your pillow.
You want to punch Kim? I'm in. All right. So let's just, I'm there for you, babe.
Okay.
Thank you.
If
There's
that doesn't
all
work,
sorts
go
of-
to a smash room.
Oh, we've done that. Oh. Actually, she might actually be able to smash that TV up for us, ladies.
Yeah, she might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet she could swing a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I think in Queensland we'll go to a smash room. Take Linda with a sledgehammer. Let's see how she goes.
Yeah. Hey, one of my favorite things when I was a kid, I remember, I think,
Throwing eggs at someone's house.
no, well, I did that too. I just, no, one of my favorite things to do when I was angry or upset or someone had hurt me is I'd go and get a branch from a tree, and then I'd smack the living shit out of that tree with the branch. And I would scream at the tree, and I would scream at it, and it would take that pain for me. And that's part of Sacred Mother saying that I'm here to help you heal. And I'd always say thank you to the tree, that, sorry that I beat the living shit out of you with your own stick. But it helps that anger be released. It helps that pain be released. And sometimes we need that physical movement to help that pain move through our body, because our body does hold it. And it does hold it. And it holds it in many different places.
Yeah.
Some people hold it in their back. Some people hold it in their shoulders. Some people hold it in their hips. Okay. But that pain can become a physical pain if we don't let it go.
So true.
And understanding that sometimes we need that movement to let that pain go. Sometimes we need to release that primal scream from deep within us to let that pain go.
Drink the frankincense, Linda. It's really important.
Yeah.
I mean, Katrina will probably tell you. Yeah. Please drink the frankincense. The fact that you've now spoken up. Continue to speak up, Linda. Continue. Because God's listening. God's hearing. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
And rather than just
What was that, Tamara?
Come back to the alcohol.
We know what her
Okay, Katrina knows I'm doing the wine testing, Linda, with my belly. And she cannot believe how far I get thrown on the other side of the room to go and have it. So please drink your frankincense. I know that I'm making light of it, but it helps me cope with your grief.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
We love you, Linda.
I love you all too. Thank you.
I'm so proud of you by speaking. This is really for our walls, for your walls to be better. Your voice is important. Whatever is needed. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us, Linda?
I'm having trouble hearing you, Catherine.
It's only very quiet.
Is there anything you would like to share with us, Linda?
I'll share with Anna later.
Mhm.
Sorry, honey.
Okay.
That's okay, sweetheart.
As long as you feel safe, Linda. That's what most important. All
Your
right.
hugs, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Self-help.
And
Let's
look
do
at
it. 1,
that.
2.
Look
Oh,
at
look
that.
at the light.
Giving you a hug, Claire. Miss
Katrina.
Katrina what?
I just get myself comfortable.
Yes, that's okay.
Anyone want to hear me sing? No.
No.
No, no.
Get the karaoke. Oh, we're gonna do karaoke now.
Yeah, no.
ACDC.
Yep.
Okay.
That might be a good idea. We can do it on Spotify. Okay. All right. See, Anna is the one who led me astray.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, Tamara knows. Been there, done that, someone. Okay. This is important, ladies. As I said, I'm surprised the depth of the work that we have dig through, but it's just starting. And thanks for the trust. Ma, you don't know, you never know when I'm going into you right at the deep end. Sorry, I'm not laughing, but as I said, I'm very honored, and I'm very honored by upstairs that the message passed through to me. You guys are not here in the room, but Tamara looking at me is like, what do you want me to do? I say, Tamara, I know you need to do the work, but I don't have the ability to verbalize. I just know you are it.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's a trust in us that I'm the guy that Anna always, you're not a coach, you're a guy. I say, I sell you guys what you want, but actually when you come in, I guide you through what you need. This is my honor, and it's very sacred. So it's not like I promise, not promise. I said it's 8 to 2, the 6 hours we have to stick around for 6 hours. This is what I rather is the quality of work that we have done. The heaviness has gone, but as my nature of it's our duty of care to know that you guys are going to be safe. Not anyone will be in danger, but in a way that I think this half an hour that we're going to be together is I would like you guys, and I restarted having a shower, having a bath is the self-care and the nurturing. You don't need to busy go out. Linda, don't run out to do your housework. Tell Kim if he wants to have a clean house, he can do it. Okay? So today is a time for you guys. So as bossy as I am, now it's time to write down 3 things about self-care. Even if you want to stuff yourself with a bar of chocolate, which I'm going to, and Anna is going to buy a bottle of red, that's her self-care. Is that okay, Katrina?
And I'm probably going to have some gin.
But this is the expression of self-love. It is okay. And do something that you nurture yourself. I want you to name 3 things that you know will be easily within your reach. Is easily that you can do it either at home or by yourself. Okay. And I have put the link up in the chat. Definitely must book a time with me that we will know where you are at, and we will plan out again what is the next 90 days for you guys for your being the creator. It will come to you when you start nurturing yourself. You'll be amazed how much idea will just pour from your shower head or your bath. Okay, so let's take some time to write down 3 things that you're going to do for self-care. You want to add anything?
It's important when we do this work, when we do dive deeply, that we look after ourselves afterwards, that we take care of ourselves, that we're gentle on ourselves. It's easy for us to fall back into that pattern of beating ourselves up and saying we should have done it earlier, or we should have done this, or we should have done that. That's not the case. It comes up when it's meant to come up. This work happens when it's meant to happen. And even though we're at different ages, we're at different stages, we all move and do things that are at the right time for us. So be gentle on yourself. Know that you're in the exact place you're meant to be at the right time. And that there is divine timing in everything. We may not always see it at the time. It may take us 20 years to get to see the bloody divine in it. But it happens at this time for a reason. Whether that's to help us move forward, whether that's to help us process, whether that's to help us create. It happens at this time because that's when it's meant to happen. So be gentle. Be gentle with yourself. Take that time to nap if you need to. If you've been emotionally exhausted, if you've been in emotional pain, rest. Have that shower, have that bath. You know, draw. Yeah, cook. If you like cooking, cook. If you like baking, bake. One of my therapies is baking my sourdough bread. That's a process that happens over days. You know, I've got to keep my sourdough starter alive every day. I've got to nurture it. I've got to love it. And it's part of understanding that by doing that, I'm nurturing and loving myself because I'm making something that I get to nourish myself with, that I get to eat, that I get to share with others.
All of the body scrubs, we're going to do the body scrubs today, but then hospital has to film.
What are you talking about? You can do the body scrub in my shower. Okay, has everyone put down your 3 things? Haven't been able to caught up with all the typing. Tamara, what are your 3 things? Oh. Alex will have a word with you, not my 2013. I'm sure I have more read than like just maybe we drive down to Costco. Costco is a therapeutic place for me to go through all the aisle. Naming baby, you coming home next time. Baby, you coming home to me very soon. It's a wine. No, I'm going to take you down to look at which bean that I should be investing in. This is like, this is interesting. Last night I went out dinner for my girlfriend's birthday, and then another girlfriend drove me home, and we talk about people go to op shop. Who's here go to op shop? Okay. People go to op shop for various reasons. A friend of mine told me that he probably around my age group. All his clothing since he was growing up is from op shop. Okay, nothing wrong to going to op shop. But as my girlfriend told me, her observation was, Catherine, you go to op shop for a very different reason. Some women think that they go to op shop, get a bargain, get $1 of things here, there. That actually is, to be honest, is rubbish. Because they love decorating their house, but they pick up someone's that, no offense, people all often donate that so-called they bought some decoration, it's cheap, and but like, oh, he's no longer serving me, we just give the op shop. But they wonder, my girlfriend watched me going to op shop. Yeah, there are cheap stuff there, but there are actually a lot of fun and treasure among all the. And you know what my op shopping habit is like? I go and pick up, what's that name? I can't pronounce it. The Nikita, I mean the China, the special connection. We spoke this morning. Nokita. Nokita.
Is
I
it
go to op shop.
Noritaki? Is it Noritaki?
Notaki. Here you go. I haven't. See, they're learning to read my mind. Sorry.
I've got some of that. It's beautiful stuff. I can see why you'd be bargain hunting for it.
Wait till you hear my $60 mud crab bargain. Oh, you were there yesterday. So it doesn't matter where things came from. Be it some people refuse to go to op shop, be it in the past in Australia. It's only the family will donate things when someone passing, all right? Am I correct? But offshore has already often have changed. Actually, a lot of businesses, when they can't sell their goods, they donate to op shop. I'm sure there's a tax deductible purposes, but I haven't looked into it. But can you see the analogy that some people will go there and thinking they are getting a bargain? Or some people like myself, I'm going there to look for treasure. So, exactly. Exactly. That's what I look for. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. My question for you is, no matter what kind of bargain hunter you are, what do you look for in life? You look for in life to be able to survive to 65 and retire, counting every cent that you have in your bank? Or you are a bargain hunter in life that, how can this turn out far greater than I could imagine? Which one would you like to be? And today is a new day for you to start all over again. Doesn't matter which part of journey, but today I would like to hear the commitment that you made for yourself. Not to me. As I say, I'm a coach. I like to stand on the sideline and watch and having fun or crying. I mean, you have seen of me crying this weekend. But which one you would choose for yourself? You are the one holding this power to create the best version of yourself. Let's type into the chat and we will hold you accountable. Helen, it's okay to go and lie down. We almost finished. We will call you after this. Love it, Tamara. I like to be the treasure hunter in my life. I look for treasure in each and every moment, whether it is a hard, painful moment or a happy, joyous moment. All moments bring insight, beauty, and treasures to our life. And I have the joy to watch you creating this beautiful life of yours. Katrina, are you typing yours or would you like to just open mine and share? Anna, you're not writing an essay. Why not you speak out? Okay. All right. I need a bio break then.
Hey, Tamara, we couldn't hear you. I'm going, why can we not hear you? And then you did the same thing I did with your mouthpiece. What's up?
Okay. Oh, Katrina, you want to read it out, Katrina? What you wrote?
I'm open to the infinite possibilities that create a life that is beyond my wild expectations and dreams.
Okay. That's what. Writing what going to happen like that. We're going to see the treasure hunting now. Did you have that?
high. Out every penny and move along with the tide. You know, push along with the direction that the line is going. So I think we want to be in control of that.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Maybe battery.
Gone dead. Okay, I'm grabbing this one. Oops.
That's better.
Yeah, the battery died in my other microphone. Okay, so now you can hear me. Okay, so yeah, what we're talking about is, are we going to just be in that survival where we just, you know, pick the bargains that we choose to pick, or are we going to treasure hunt in our lives? And you had your microphone off for a bit, Linda. You were going to say something?
Sorry, but I couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. So Anna, a rainbow life filled with color vibrations beyond the reach, beyond dreams, beyond the veil. Magic, my dreams and purpose, the vision of the life with promise for all.
Beautiful.
Ah, a bit weary there, Miss Katrina.
I am.
Mm-hmm. How was work yesterday?
Busy. But I actually got an early mark. My last client at 3 p.m. client needed to cancel because they're unwell. So that meant I got home a bit earlier because I used that appointment to do all the cleaning.
Oh, nice.
So it was
Nice.
good. So it's been a tough weekend, and you'll know. But all right. And then this morning I woke up at 3:33 a.m.
Oh, interesting time to be waking up.
Yes, and did a walk around my house
Mm-hmm.
because I
I
needed
can't remember.
to.
Yeah, I can't remember what threes are in numerology.
333.
Yeah. Yep.
But she got 338.
Your house is full, honey.
I'll Google it and find out.
Yeah,
Your
Google
house is
knows
full.
everything. It's not always right, but it knows everything.
that's
I
right.
don't know. Is she hearing me?
No.
The house is full. Did you hear that, babe?
My house is full.
Yeah. You have so many there just watching over you. Yeah, chickens, cats, dogs, angels. Everyone's there. Everyone.
Okay, so the angel number 333 encourages to set plans into action and let your personal strength be the guide to trust yourself and put thought into your choices. This angel number also is connected with optimism, creativity, and intuition.
How appropriate for today. Very appropriate for today.
Is that Miss Stella?
Now that's Miss
Yeah.
Izzy.
Miss Izzy.
Miss Izzy. She's up there, and occasionally when you're saying things, she has a little purr or a little, so she puts her 2 cents worth in.
Gotta love our fur babies. They're always with us.
But all, yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Linda and Adele, have you guys got anything to share?
Not from me, Catherine.
It's okay, Adele. Remember, you're not alone.
We're here to support. Reach out.
Linda, are you typing in your response? Good. We'll wait. Okay.
Okay, so here's the quiz. What's more scary? Warrior cat, warrior dog, or warrior chickens?
Chickens.
Chicken.
You've got one cat, you've got many chickens.
Mate, no, I wouldn't want to be henpecked by a pack of chickens.
Okay, I can tell you now. best
And 2
guard dog-
roosters.
Yeah, best guard dogs in the world is the Yakka geese,
Absolutely.
and
Geese.
they will hunt you down.
Oh, there is nothing scary.
And they
about
don't
being chased.
forget when you tease them.
You
to
can't
trust them.
bribe them.
Yeah.
No. We're in Europe. Okay, while we're waiting, I'll tell you a story. My sister was 15, I was 19. We were in the country road in the middle of some fucking nowhere. And my sister was, the geese were making noises and coming to the gap fence. It was like, talking about acreage here, not hey, it's my grandmother's or my auntie's neighbour. We're talking miles. Okay? So she walked around, she goes, made fun of them, right? And I said, Mary, please don't do that because that's disrespecting them, right? She goes, oh, they're not that smart. I went, okay, right, cool. Off we went, right? 24 hours later, I could see my sister running down the road screaming, all the geese behind her, right? And they were nipping at her.
Karma.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Geese are nasty animals.
Yeah, absolutely. My uncle turned around and screamed out, he goes, what did she do? I said, she teased him. He said, good luck. We don't tease geese. We don't. No.
You don't tease anything.
Honey.
Oh, hey. Gangs have nothing on a gaggle of geese.
I took a goose out because I was hungry. Yeah. My auntie goes, what do you want to do? I go, well, I've got to stop it. She goes, what do you want to eat? I said, one of them. So, yep, he gave me the cleaver and said, over there in the back, at the outback, where the bathroom and stuff is. Yeah, so the answer to your question, chickens.
Definitely chickens. I like chickens and I'm still scared of chickens.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't want to be henpecked by
There's 20 of them and 2 roosters.
They will take any.
Yep. Well, the roosters.
Oh, absolutely.
Beautiful ladies. And Linda said, be open to all that is coming, and with love and light from God. That is so beautiful. Okay. All right. As I said, we not saying that we open a can of worms and then wombs. Oh, interesting.
Oh, we did. We nurtured our wombs today and our feminine organs. So that's probably more appropriate.
Yep.
Okay. And this is open and it's a very powerful organ that takes up a lot of energies of ours. So as Tamara said, if we need to curl up to sleep for a day, your world is not going to fall down. Your children is not going to starve. But you are the one who need to nurture yourself. If you don't do this, no one is.
And your man can make a ham and cheese toasty anytime.
Or go and buy Macca's or KFC.
And I'm sure all of our pantry are full of stuff. Those 2 race through my pantry and my freezer anyway while sleeping.
Well, my darling's gone out to get lamb. He's cooking roast lamb for dinner tonight.
Oh, we're having lamb tonight, I think, isn't it?
My man came home with 2 bags of shopping. He's like, he has gone through a hard day of labor. So you know where we're going, what we need to do before we go out, right? Peel the potato, put the lamb in the Dutch oven. He has to look after my son this morning. Okay, he's a good man, don't get me wrong, but they are just not as capable as we are, and we all know that. I'm not putting him down. He is lovely. He gave me space, gave Anna and Tamara space, and for him, this is how much space. Of course you do. Of course you do. I left them at home with my man.
You did well. Ladies, do you remember Annie, the air hostess on the...
Yes.
Are we allowed to air crew, correct terminology, that said about her husband? going, and we just all applauded her, where she said, my husband was complaining because I had the late night flight and he's left home with the children and he expects extra brownie points. And she turned to him and said, I didn't realize parenting was babysitting and that you needed extra points for being a parent. And we all applauded her and went, well said.
That's it. Take the responsibility and help around the house, mate. What the woman, don't do everything.
She also did add in there, and I'm pretty certain he enjoyed the tequila and the drunk sex that led to the babies. So
Yeah. I was just going to say, I was going to forget that parenting doesn't stop after the implantation. You know what I'd be doing? I'd be going to buy that vodka, put it on the bench. Honey, do you like some? I bet you'd be running, never say anything else. Yeah. No, I don't want any more.
Okay. Even we're going to say goodbye, but we don't stop here. But the next couple of hours, I would like you guys to nurture yourself and reach out to us. Okay? Remember who is doing the night shift and who is doing the morning shift, all right? All right. But I would love more than that you guys going to put in your biggest takeaway from this weekend in our group. So all the ladies who did not get to attend will know that they don't want to miss out next time. Because what's more important that we actually, collectively, we all have a breakthrough or 2 or 3 or 4. I lost count. It's so amazing, even for us as facilitator, that we all have our own breakthrough. And this is what we call a sisterhood, that you hold space for me, and I'm forever grateful. Love you too, darling.
thank you, Catherine.
You're welcome, Katrina.
Love you all. You're all beautiful souls.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Yep. Yep.
Bye.
Yep.